Well, you don't have to worry about the music loop anymore. Here I am. Maybe I'll change up the starting screen sometime. Where's my face? There's my face. Okay, we're all good. We're all here. Everybody's here. Except my now playing isn't here. Something always goes wrong. Oh, okay. Good. No, actually, Destiny 1, you can become a Discord member by becoming a YouTube channel member or a patron. I don't know how to integrate it with Twitch subs. I will find a way eventually. It's a little unfair if you have a Twitch sub that, you can't get in. How is everybody today? We are doing a react today, but it's not to Lorch, believe it or not. A little while ago, I had YouTube, vote on a different kind of react stream we could do. And this is the one they chose. Not that I'm not gonna do the other two. The other two were Shadiversity, and a stream on demystifying AI, and a indie game showcase of, all the cool indie games I like to play because I'm cool. Thank you for the tomatoes. You asking me about my car already as a joke, right? Oh, I still have a bit of a cold, so don't mind me. If you do want to send super chats, they will appear on screen and read out. I suspect we have a few new people here today. I don't always react. A lot of the times, the weekly art stream is just me drawing and talking to chat, and we have fun. But every once in a while, I do a reaction to things, and then I cut it into a video, and it's fun. Speaking of which, I should probably be recording right now. I'm such a professional, you guys. Yes, thank you. I'm doing a bit of an angsty comic about Jasper and Spinel's first fusion, and this is my AU Spinel, who is a crystal gem, if you care about Steven Universe. If you don't, we're just here to laugh at Yandere Dev. I have so many people who watch me for, like, way different reasons. That's just kind of how it works out. And soup! I was actually out buying Dayquil and soup earlier. Lily could never. I suppose I should put my penny in the Lily swear jar, because we're not supposed to be talking about her today. Or even is it? Oh, thank you for the super chat already.
Board sent a super chat. As someone who had a Yandere phase, I can explain the appeal. Not only are they edgy, but as someone with low self-esteem, someone being so in love with you to the point of obsession and madness can be a nice fantasy.
No, I would want to be on the murder side of the fantasy personally, but this is the whole thing about Yandere Simulator. I was never a fan, but I was following the development, because the idea had potential. Just a, you know, anime trope game, making fun of dating sims and bad high school anime. That sounded like a great idea. And I remember, like, you know, I would peek in at the game. I watched Markiplier play it. I watched Cub Scouts play it. And I would see some of Alex's videos and some of the stuff, and at first I was like, oh, this is so clever. Look at all these funny pun names that all sound like a 15-year-old American making their own anime. Isn't that so funny and clever? And then I slowly realized he was serious and thought he was actually writing a legit good story, and I was like, oh no.
Miss Jasmine sent a super chat. Not sure who Yandev is, but I'm ready to make fun of him, lol.
Well, Miss Jasmine, he was basically handed the opportunity of a lifetime and squandered it entirely, and that's why we're laughing at him.
Oliver Kirkland, the Angel Productions, sent a super chat. Sending my first super chat. Hope things are okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm okay. I just have a cold. I'm a little run down. But what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, because I'm bored. I think your Discord account got hacked, by the way, if you were only a lad. Just so you know.
Vex Fidel sent a super chat. Today's topic, Lily. That's not you.
Apparently Lily was complaining on her stream that people send her messages that say, Lily, that's you! And it annoys her, which means you should just do it more. Yeah, so, Yandev, Alex Mahan, he went to 4chan with an idea for a game where you play as a Yandere girl in an anime high school, and you stab your love rivals to death and take them out. Now see, I think this idea could work. Say you made a game that was like an anime dating sim, but you are playing the Yandere girl who is watching the dating sim happen in front of her. You know, you're like almost like a Monica, you know? That could work. So this dude had the opportunity of a lifetime. He was getting money hand over fist to develop this game. But as it went on, it became clear he was not a very talented programmer, and he was a bit of a control freak who couldn't stand anyone
Radical
else.
sent a super chat, donating to encourage the hating.
Thank you.
FNF.
So it soon became clear he was not a very talented programmer, didn't really know what he was doing, but he kept saying, well, I'm gonna do a Kickstarter, and then I'll hire real programmers, blah-de-blah-de-blah. In the meantime, he had teenagers making shit for him for free. And then he just kept stalling. He just refused to make the main gameplay loop. He kept adding, like, little Easter eggs and little details nobody asked for, and, like, any stupid idea that came in his head, he went to work on adding it to the game. Like, he could have just done the gameplay loop, made the fucking game, and then, yeah. Oh, we got another super chat coming.
_cheese sent a super chat. I was a fan of Yandere Sim when I was like 8. Now I'm in college and realize how weird the whole premise is. Like the whole panty pics thing is uck.
Yeah, like, the thing is, though, that didn't actually bother me at first, because, sadly, girls taking photos of other girls, to sell to the boys in school is, like, an old 90s anime trope. But again, I thought he was making a joke. I thought he was making fun of those things, not doing it earnestly. So when it turned out that Yandev was just a gooner, yeah, started looking at that a little differently. Started looking at that way differently.
PQA Signboard sent a super chat. I'm ashamed to admit that was so desperate for closure via the game releasing that I followed the development and to the grooming fiasco.
I don't blame you for that, but yeah, Yandev ultimately got caught talking to a teenage girl in a sexual manner and saying things like he feels like he missed out on his high school experience because it wasn't like his Japanese animes. And yeah, it's really bad. So, yeah. But we're not going to get into that today. We're going to get into the early days. And what I see as like the first major red flags that this project was never going to come to fruition. So, like I said, I never actually played it. Well, yeah, why don't I just make it Kaiser? Well, the whole idea seems to be cursed now. Anyone who tries to make a better version of Yandere Simulator, it just all falls apart immediately. It's like, it's cursed. It's just cursed. Nobody can make this game now. It's very unfortunate, but like... Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Tiny Build. Dude, he got Tiny Build. He had a contract with Tiny Build to help him finish the goddamn game. And he broke his contract and got out of having to pay them money for it because he was mad that the programmer they sent to help him rewrote the code better in a way he can't understand.
Majin Lifestyle sent a super chat. I remember being a fan of Yandere Dev back at the start of high school. Then when I was college I learned not only was he still working on the game, but he used donation money for the game to buy a Switch and get a real doll.
Yeah, he sure
Angels
did.
Art and Gaming sent a super chat. I was excited for Yansem back then but not anymore.
We got one more coming. And I'm eating a donut.
Emelum Red sent a super chat. I love how Alex didn't even make Yandere-chan a Yandere. I think after watching a Kapakaiju vid, it turns out he couldn't even get that right lol.
No, right, he came up with some bizarre backstory. That Yan-chan is like a sociopath until she meets like a boy she likes and then all of a sudden she has emotions. I mean, that's not even what a yandere is, bro. Like, if he just kept it a simple meme game, bro could have been like swimming in clout and money right now. That's the most frustrating part. He like just squandered this every step of the way.
Best sent a super chat. As a kid I was into it. Then for a short while I forgot about Yansem. Then suddenly all that happened.
Yeah, and to answer Jaden's question earlier, yes, they are unfusing in the middle panel here. I haven't really set up the page yet.
Langing sent a super chat. This is late, but your videos reminded me of some Utena fanfiction I sometimes daydream where myself insert makes Utena his protege, and beats the brakes off Akio.
That's interesting. I'm sure there's people still writing Utena fanfiction, you know? Because it's a series that is long-standing and will be around for ages, no matter how much Lily Orchid tries to shit on it. But we're not talking about Lurch today. Alright, so I'm gonna draw, and we're gonna listen to these videos. That's how we usually do reacts. And like I said, for anyone new here, I don't do reacts every week, but other times, there's gonna be more panels, Jade, and that's why. Don't worry, I have this planned out in my head. So yeah, I don't do reactions every week. Some weeks I just, we just shoot the shit on the art stream. I do the art stream every Wednesday. I've been doing Dragon Age Tuesdays and Thursdays because I'm trying to beat all 3 games before Dragon Age Veilguard comes out. So you want to join me for that tomorrow night? That's at 6 p.m. That's true, I do react to what Kaiser sends me. And last week, I just wanted to listen to Lily Orchard's Patreon audio. I didn't expect it to turn into like a nearly full react. Alright, where's my distracto vision? I'm gonna turn off the music. As much as we like my terrible grunge music, it'll probably clash. And I'll either ink or sketch today, or both. I don't know. I'll just do whatever. Oh wait, that's the big version. Hang on a second.
Paul Durando sent a super chat. Sigh, you should have some soup. I have become a toxic fan.
How dare you tell me to have soup when I have a cold? That violates so many boundaries. You think I can't take care of myself? That's a joke, by the way. Alright, we're gonna get started now. I have I made a little playlist of all the videos damn it, I didn't mean to scroll down. I made a little playlist of all the videos I want to react to. If we have time for more, we can do more. But, I don't know if reactions to Yandev will take as long as reactions to Lily, because Lily usually says, like, 10 wrong things in, like, 30 seconds that you have to debunk. Just move this over. There we go. Alright, so it was, to me, the first big red flag in Yandere Simulator's development. The emails video. The emails video. So, this was the first time I thought...
Kaiji sent a super chat. Here's to Candace, wherever she is.
Here's a poor damn Candace, who might be made up, luckily, so we can definitely make shut the fuck up and get back in the kitchen Candace a joke and not feel bad about it. Anyway. So, yeah, this was for me, like, the first big red flag that, oh no, this guy is gonna fuck all of this up. Oh, shit. Oh, we got a super chat coming before I can even start.
Sent a super chat. Sometimes I'm like, in hindsight we should have known the guy making a Japanese high school girl murdering game was a creep.
Well, like I said, at first, he just seemed to be making fun of anime that is like that. I mean, there's tons of anime of school kids murdering each other and panty shots and shit like that. And I thought he was fucking making fun of it. But no! He took it all at face value. It's ridiculous. What is it, Kaiser? I'm trying to start the damn video. Oh wait, no, yeah, I should show people that, shouldn't I? So this is the fruit of my labor when Kaiser makes me do the Olivia voice on stream. So hang on, we'll look at that real quick, and then we'll get to Alex. So last time in the middle of the stream, Kaiser convinced me to do my Olivia voice because I streamed I Want to Hug That Gator a while ago, and everyone likes my Olivia voice for some reason. So.
You cheated not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve, you took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory, nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It's sad that you don't know the difference.
I'm impressed you managed to paste that all together with me getting interrupted by super chats like 3 fucking times. Thank you, Kaiser. It came out great. I love it. Jesus Christ, 1.8k favorites. Oh god, I'm getting a little intimidated by the Wadi community.
They're gonna come and kidnap me and make me voice Olivia forever.
Anyway, let's see. Let me try to do an impression of Alex Mahan here. Fuck you, y'all pick on me for light mode, you goddamn zoomers. I'm old. Anyway, this video is unlike previous videos that have been uploaded to this channel. This video discusses problems that have been slowing down development of the game and address several frequently asked questions. If you're not interested in watching a video on these things, and you only want to see videos of gameplay, then please return on August 1st when the next video is posted. And that's the thing, he was always making fucking YouTube videos. Like, he didn't have people edit the stuff for him. He wanted to do everything himself. That was another big part of his fucking problem. Yep.
This video is unlike previous videos that have been uploaded to this channel. This video discusses problems that have been slowing down development of the game and addresses several frequently asked questions. If you're not interested in watching a video about those things, and you only want to see videos of gameplay, then please return on August 1st, when the next video is posted.
Like I said, this was the first major red flag to me back in the day.
I'm sorry. I don't have any new gameplay features to show you today. You deserve to know the reason why. In order to tell you, I need to explain something first. I receive an extremely high volume of emails every day, between 50 and 100. Most of these emails are essential for the development of the game. I speak with 2D artists, 3D artists, animators, voice actors, musicians, sound designers, web designers, programmers, translators, bug testers, and more.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. Oh, it's Sigh. Are you about to roast Yandere Dev today? Good. My silly friend spent $100 on the dummy.
Oh, rough. I was just talking, Cryo, about how I thought the game did have potential, but this man was not the right man to do it. But yeah, here we have... He's complaining that he gets emails. And we're gonna watch him systematically reject every single possible solution he could have to this fucking problem. And like I said, this was where I went, oh no. Oh, he's gonna screw this up.
More. I usually spend around 6 hours a day corresponding with volunteers to get the assets I need.
6 hours a day! Bro! I mean, even back then, you could have had a fucking Slack channel. I think Discord did exist back then, didn't it? This was like 2014, 2015? Yeah.
To continue developing Yandere Simulator. However, not every email that I receive is helpful.
Emery Grumblebust sent a super chat. TBH, I don't even mind if a dev is slow.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, he was obviously procrastinating this entire time because he didn't know how to make the main gameplay loop, and he would just keep adding useless shit to the game instead of just building the base thing and then adding new stuff later, you know? He did it completely backwards. Yeah, we're talking about a different, degenerate YouTuber today.
I receive a lot of bug reports from people who haven't read the list of bugs that I already know about.
Okay, you can't expect people to, so just ignore those emails. Just ignore them. This is the problem. He was like compelled to answer every single email and was getting mad at other people for sending him emails when this was something he did to himself. I know if you're kind of autistic, it's hard not to do those sorts of things, but you gotta be sensible here, man.
I receive a lot of questions from people who haven't checked the frequently asked questions page.
Lifestyle sent a super chat. I don't think Discord was that big back then. People I knew were still using Skype.
That's true, yeah, that's true, but still, even so.
Questions page. I receive a lot of emails from people who want to request or suggest features that I have no interest in including in the game. I receive a lot of emails from people who, for some reason or another, can't get
Emery Grumblebust sent a super chat, but the fact that he still interacts sours it.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, like I said, we're gonna see him, like, reject every single sensible solution he could have to this problem of, there's too many emails in my inbox and I can't physically read them all. You don't have to, bro. There's ways you could... you fix this, you know? Ignore them, make a filter that filters out certain words, you know?
I receive a lot of emails from people who, for some reason or another, can't get the game to run. I want to be a game developer who interacts with his audience. I don't want to be a game developer.
That was your first mistake, and your audience was mostly teenagers, and that was really bad, actually.
Developer who just ignores people that took the time to write me an email. So, I've been reading and responding to every single email that I get. I already...
Yeah, even optimize his emails. He can't even optimize reading and responding to emails. How do we expect him to optimize a game? Let's see, this one YouTuber calamari made
Emery
her...
Grumblebust sent a super chat. Reading emails? Boo.
Boo. Oh, Sabine's here. Everybody cheer for Sabine. One YouTuber calamari made her own rescripted version of the
Sabine
game.
Brown sent a super chat. Is this your new grift? You're already a has-been.
Yeah, there's a few people that tried to like redo the game, but like I said, the whole concept is fucking cursed. Anyway, welcome our chat pet Sabine, who thinks giving me money is an epic troll. Welcome, Sabine.
Already mentioned that I can spend around 6 hours a day speaking with volunteers. Answering all of the other emails that I get can take up to 2 hours a day. I feel guilty when I don't make progress towards new features on Yandere Sim. So after spending 8 hours...
So stop answering every email, bro. This is not that hard. Again, I remember sitting here back in the day when he first released his video going, oh no. Oh no. He's gonna fuck this up.
...hours writing emails, I spend another 4 hours writing code for the game. 4 hours per day is not a lot of time to make progress.
Owen sent a super chat. It's Yandover.
It's so Yandover, guys.
So I don't take the day off on Saturday or Sunday. What I'm saying is that I work on Yandere Simulator
That right.
12 hours a day,
Around.
7 days a week. Now
Bullshit, man. This is just like, okay, not to lorch right now, but this is just like Lily, you know, sitting on a live stream for 8 hours, just going into the microphone and calling that a full 8-hour workday. Like, fuck you. Wasting time answering fan mail is not working on the game, asshole. You're just trying to make yourself feel better. Like, oh, I'm totally doing work right now. I swear I had the Lily sticker built in here. I can't find it. Oh well.
Now that I've finished explaining how much time I spend on Yandere Simulator, I can explain why you're staring at a picture of Yandere-chan kneeling, rather than staring at awesome game.
Yeah, like somebody pointed out earlier, he always uses anime girls to make you feel even worse for him. And aha, the ding-dong isn't going. I found the ding-dong.
Radisk sent a super chat. I want to read your emails. Don't send emails though.
Right? Yeah, I want to interact with you, but don't send anything. I don't know, man. But yeah, so now, thank you for the gifted subs very much. I do appreciate them, but I did find a way to make it so it doesn't ding-a-ling forever and delay the super chats. Hooray! I just had to turn off member alerts. Oh, you didn't get the notification? Sorry about that. I did have to restart the Twitch stream because I forgot to change the fucking stream information.
Gameplay. It was very difficult to get any work done over the past 2 weeks. 2 days were spent at Anime Expo, and 2 days were spent traveling in and out of Los Angeles. 9 days were spent answering emails, leaving me with...
You spent more days answering emails than you spent in fucking LA? You need better, like, I have bad time management skills, but holy shit, bro.
1 day to make this video.
We got a super chat coming.
Mahan sent a super chat. Maybe the true reason Yandev was annoyed about emails was because his fans sent him emails telling him to eat soup.
He would probably like that, though. He would be like, I want to be fed soup by an anime girl.
Sent a super chat. Has the reason I'm afraid to ever start deving.
Don't be afraid. If you're not a fuck-up like Yandere Dev, then you'll be fine. Just don't be a fuck-up. That might be a little hard for some people, but just don't be a fuck-up. But yeah, now he's saying it took him an entire day to make this fucking video.
You may be wondering...
Wait, go back. I want to hear you say that again.
With 1 day to make this video.
Okay.
Radical sent a super chat. You can only keep my beeps silent for so long, sigh.
Thank you, Radical. But you'll no longer delay your own super chats. Isn't that nice? I would leave it on if it didn't go ding-dong for like fucking ever every time somebody sends 50 gifted subs, so... Yeah, if you're worried about working on the game, Why are you taking a day out of your time to make a fucking YouTube video about how you're not working on the game? Do you see how counterproductive this is, Alex? I don't usually call people by their real names. For some reason, when it comes to him, it's just like, I don't know.
Denmark sent a super chat. Let's pretend I'm the gifted notification. Ding, 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 ding.
There it goes. Yeah, okay. There we go. Good. Thank you for the super chat.
You may be wondering, how in the world...
Yeah, Sabine, you're falling behind on the leaderboards. I told you I wouldn't react to Lily today if you gave me $100, and see, I'm doing it anyway. I'm so nice.
I could spend 9 entire days doing nothing but answering emails.
That's a you problem!
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I'm at soup.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Anyway.
I'll explain. On July 2nd, I added a new page to the blog with clear instructions on how to volunteer for Yandere Simulator. The result was an avalanche of emails from people offering to help out with the game.
Yeah, bro, you asked for it and you gave an email address for it. Yeah, you got the result, the expected result of your actions.
Because I was unavailable to answer emails during my time in Los Angeles, the emails piled up. I got so many...
You couldn't bring a fucking laptop with you? I'm pretty sure smartphones invented at the time. Invented? Did I say invented? Pretty sure smartphones were around at the time. Again, this had to be like 2013, 2014. It's the honest to God, seeing Alex on screen verbally denying any and all solutions to his issues.
Count for the lulz sent a super chat. Can you share a brushes? I wanna try that ink pen.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll take a little break for a second to talk about my pen.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. Fun fact, there's an actual clothes store called Soup. I found out earlier this year.
Yeah, somebody showed me that before. It's like, oh, you can actually buy clothes at the Soup store. Actually, I probably can't get the it's so hard to find the assets, but this pen that I use is a, actually, I might be able to search it up and then show you guys on screen. Come on, where are you? There it is! Okay, I found it. Let me just open it in the browser. I think... Yeah, this is the thing with the fucking asset store. You gotta put the number of the asset in to fucking find it. No, I don't want to, no, fuck you, I didn't mean to click on that. Go to hell. Alright. I just want to show people this cool pen. Here we go. So this is called Pressure G Pen. It's a, I can't remember if it's a free asset or not. But it's this very blobby pen. And the reason I use this is I basically started using this to ink to get out of my own bad habits. Because you really, really have to keep doing long, continuous lines for it to be effective. You can't just, like, pick at it with this pen, or it looks bad. So, basically, I tied one of my own hands behind my back to make myself a better artist, is why I use this pen. So it is a bit of a learning curve, but if you like the look of it, it's called Pressure G Pen, and so you can find it on the Clip Studio Asset Store. There we go. That was a little art lesson deviation. Back to Alex.
Many emails that it took me 9 days to finish replying to them all. I had 0 time to write code for the game, so I wasn't able to add any new features to Yandere Simulator over the past 2 weeks.
I wanted to be thinner, I think.
On one hand, it's extremely heartwarming to know that so many people are offering to help out with Yandere Simulator.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. I'll make this short. I mean, the game could kind of work. Just not in the high school building, maybe in a business office, and not to have a 7-day time limit in the game.
Nah, see, the thing is, I would think for this to work, it would have to take place in a high school. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but you're killing teenagers. But again, if this was just a parody game making fun of tropes, it would be
Dobby
fine.
Cliff sent a super chat. I want to see Dev's milk vid.
Alright, we'll do the milk vid after this one real quick, just to throw that in there. Thank you. You did give a very generous super chat. We'll have to watch the milk vid.
I'm extremely grateful that so many talented people are generously volunteering their time and skills to help me with the game. On the other hand, I am extremely disappointed that I haven't been able to keep up my previous update pace. It's absolutely unacceptable to go for 2 weeks without writing a single new line of code for the game.
But I thought you just said that you work on it for like 12 hours a day there, buddy. That you do 4 hours of coding, and now you're saying you hadn't written a single line of code in 2 weeks because you went to LA and then you answered emails for 9 days and did nothing but answer emails for 9 days. How?
The reason why there is no update this week is because of Anime Expo and because of the avalanche of new volunteers happening at the same time.
You asked for them at the same time you went to the fucking con, bro. Again, this is all his own fault. Oh, we got a super chat coming.
Julia DeForge sent a super chat. I remember being a child watching this and actually feeling bad for the dude. Just shows how good he is at manipulating children.
Yeah, I swear to God, and it might be on one of the other videos, because a couple of the videos I have are on his channel still. In one of his pinned posts, he said something like, I talk slow and deliberately so these videos can be understood by children. So he can't say that he didn't know his fan base was mostly young teens. Like, fucking seriously. Oh, hang on a second. Skrill just sent me something that you all will enjoy, I think. Just give me a second here.
Wokador sent a super chat. Skill issue. Cum Chalice Master.
Yeah, we'll get to the Cum Chalice video. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Anyway, I gotta show this beautiful art Skrill just sent me. How dare you make me eat soup? You think I can't take care of myself? And she's like, yes, Sai, it's exactly what you think. Now eat your soup. Yeah, Skrill would bully me when I'm sick. It's a good thing she's in Poland.
It's extremely unlikely that this exact scenario will occur again in the future, so I should be able to deliver an update on August 1st. I am extremely dissatisfied with the amount of time I spend answering email compared to the amount of time I spend writing code for the game. From this point forward, I'm going to change the way that I handle emails. My plan...
Yandere Dev! Why don't you just type...
John Williams sent a super chat. When I heard this game I thought this was parody game. The characters would have just and be their tropes and even be referred to, instead of having real names. X Yandere-chan, Tsundere.
I mean, yeah, John Williams is exactly what I thought when he started on this game. I was like, oh, what a funny send-up of bad anime tropes. This is brilliant. And then, no, he was just a weeb gooner.
Nostalgic Nerd 90 sent a super chat. Alex complain about how hard to develop because he's one person, but the creators of FNAF and Undertale proved him wrong.
Mm-hmm. You just can't code, man.
Denmark sent a super chat. I apologize. I didn't realize that doing stuff other than developing my game would mean my game wouldn't get developed.
Who could have seen this coming? The consequences of my own actions.
Sent a super chat. Wait, it was supposed to be a trope game? How'd he mess that up? Now I thought it was supposed to be a Hitman anime game.
Well, that's what it became eventually, or he
Angels
said.
Art and Gaming sent a super chat. I was there for the chalice thing.
Yeah.
Slug.
Yeah, so, no, yeah, well, that's what everyone thought he was making at first, I think. Everyone thought he was making a trope game. Because you know how, like, the simulator trend, we had Goat Simulator and all those other funny games that were just kind of shitposts? That seemed to be what he was doing at first.
Ghosty Crumble sent a super chat. Oh, look, it's us.
That's chat glaring at me as usual. But yeah, as it went on, he started going like, no, I'm writing like a totally deep story here, guys, that I want people to take seriously, and this is gonna be like Anime Hitman. And everyone was like, bruh, we just wanted funny stab anime girl game. You know, that's all we wanted out of you, bro. You know, you didn't have to do this. But he just wouldn't listen to anybody.
Cosmic Persephone sent a super chat. I was gonna watch Fushigi Yugi, but laughing at internet weirdos is just as good. Thank you for your service. Also Wolfie looks so cute.
Aw, thank
I love
you.
her.
Man, push
Dear
you,
and Danny Brown's Yard sent a super chat. Maybe if Alex's coding wasn't so garbage he wouldn't be wasting so much time on it.
I know, right? Because, like, I've watched all the videos explaining exactly why his code is so bad. I mean, I don't fucking understand coding. I'm not gonna pretend to. Like, the most complicated thing I can do is cascading style sheets, you know? I'm not one to talk. But, you know, you don't gotta be a chef to know the meal is bad, you know? You know? Yeah, and he was comparing himself to, like, Cuphead and stuff. Like, bro, they were hand animating that whole thing. You just shut the fuck up.
Why don't you just hire a secretary to filter your emails and answer questions for you?
So he had this character, Midori Gurin, which just means green, who he would have as a stand-in for his annoying audience asking him questions. So just like Lily, this must be part of the lolcow gene. Just, you know, being a complete dick to your fucking audience. So he would use her to scapegoat and mischaracterize his fan base. And here he's gonna shoot down every sensible idea. Yeah, it's Midori, which means green, and then Gurin, which is just an English pronunciation of green. So, yeah. But yeah, so he and then he would stab this girl in the head in some of his videos, so that's what he thinks of you. So here we go. He's about to just, like, shoot down every sensible idea. First idea, get a secretary. Get someone to sort through the emails for you and give you the relevant information. Yeah, wow, that could work. Especially when you're getting money on Patreon and can pay somebody. But here's what he's gonna say about it.
Well, first of all, thanks for the suggestion. But actually, I have some problems with that idea. I don't want to hire a secretary to help me with email because I don't want to babysit a secretary for several weeks until they have enough experience to do their job without supervision.
So this is what a control freak he is. He's like, no, but I have to answer all these emails, and I have to make sure if somebody does it for me that they're going to do it the exact same schizophrenic way I do. You know, like... The hell of it is, he started taking the advice people have been giving him for like 10 fucking years, like recently, before he blew everything up by flirting with a teenage girl. So, yeah. Oh.
Decapt sent a super chat. Hearing this guy whine about emails over Moonlight Sonata after hearing my piano teacher play that song beautifully at a recital yesterday is wild.
I know, it's like such a manipulative song to use. You're like, oh, this is
Mono
so
sent
tragic.
a super chat. No secretary would screw it up. Would you not be able to train her? That's how jobs work.
That's what he means by babysitting, I think, yeah.
I don't want to risk the secretary responding to questions incorrectly and spreading misinformation.
Okay, so then you just have a list of answers to specific kinds of questions. Or you have a rule about things you can't talk about. You give them a canned answer to say. Oh, what is Kaiser sending me now? Okay, we do have to look at this one. We do have to look at this one. We're interrupting the video again to look at this. Kaiser drew me doing the act your car thing.
Sent a super chat. I'm probably jumping ahead a bit, but apparently Alex accidentally used the Japanese word for eggplant instead of nurse when naming the nurse XD.
Oh yeah, like he was trying to like name her nurse. And then even Skrill says you win, Kaiser. That's a big compliment.
I don't want to risk the secretary filtering my emails incorrectly and failing to send me important emails.
So yeah, again, everything you would train a person to do, he's just like, but no, they'll probably screw it up though, because, dude, I think you have an anxiety disorder, an OCD or something.
I don't want to risk the secretary being lazy and going through emails so slowly that I'm better off doing it myself.
Well, we've already made it clear you're not better off doing it yourself. And it takes you 9 fucking days to answer emails. So I'm going to assume like someone who is like skilled in administration would be faster than you, yes.
And I don't want to risk the secretary seeing spoilers or other confidential information and then talking about it on social media.
This is the one that always like grinds my gears, I should say. Like
Cosmic Persephone sent a super chat. He couldn't get a secretary with prior experience?
no, he's just assuming this would all like not work out at all, you know? He's just like saying, "No, I can't because it just wouldn't work though." But like he says he doesn't want to risk leaks, but every single time he did a gameplay update, he would release a video showing you step by step how to do every single little thing in the update. So what do you mean you're worried about leaks? You immediately tell everybody exactly how to do everything when you update it. You're fucking stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, my solution to the email problem is...
Yandere Dev! Why don't you just have 2 separate email accounts?
Oh, another sensible suggestion.
5 sent a super chat. Sigh if critiquing YouTubers with stupid boundaries was a job. Dollar bills face.
I guess it is a job. I mean, you're all throwing super chats at me. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, another sensible suggestion. Why don't you just have a separate email address just for your volunteers? You know, that only they know to send you assets. You know? Sensible fucking plan here. And what's he gonna say to that?
One for volunteers and one for everything else.
What? No, that wouldn't help at all. I don't want to manage 2 separate email
Radisk
accounts.
sent a super chat. I don't want to hire a secretary cause everyone is a dumb lazy baby but me.
Yeah, and he's the dumbest, laziest baby of them all because he would stream video games for like 6 hours a day while still claiming, I'm totally coding the game, guys. I definitely am. You know? So yeah, having an email address just for your volunteers means you get all your most important emails right there on that account, and you don't have to go through the other ones. You can have a secretary for everything else, for the fan mail and shit. Like, bro, I've got like 5 different email accounts for various things.
I would also lose time when switching back and forth between them. And of course, there are always going to be people who send emails to the wrong account.
Not if you just only tell your volunteers about the volunteer one, bro. I mean, yeah, like he was just shooting himself in the foot here. Like, no, I have to be in complete control of everything. I can't trust anyone else to do this, even though I'm incompetent at it.
So, no, that's not a good idea. No. Sorry, just no. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, I remember. So, anyway...
Yandere Dev! Why don't you make a forum where volunteers can post their progress and collaborate?
Okay, I guess I can see how you think that would be a good idea, but honestly, that would just be another place that I have to manage and administrate.
And again, if it was only the volunteers and nobody else, you probably wouldn't really have to babysit them that much. But yeah, he's arguing with his own straw man right now. Yeah, oh my god, you only gotta switch between 2 different email accounts on Gmail, oh god.
And supervise, so no, that would only make things more complicated. No, sorry, that's just not a good idea either. Alright.
Sabine Brown sent a super chat. You have half your viewers. Go back to Lily whining.
I currently have 594 viewers on YouTube right now, Sabine. And 1,500 views total. So, how's Lily doing over there? Is it like did she peak 20 yet?
So, back to what I was saying. When I first started uploading videos about Yandere Simulator to YouTube, I was able to read and reply to every single comment. That's because there were, like, 5 comments per video. Eventually, reading and replying to YouTube comments became too time-consuming. It became
Oh, guys, I got so popular. It's such a burden.
impossible to read them all and still make progress with the game. So, I had to stop reading YouTube comments.
So why don't don't you stop reading every single fucking email that comes through? It takes a few seconds to glance at an
Errand
email.
Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. God, when his man goes all Yandev Yandev and the music stops, it sounds like he's receiving a super chat.
Ah, damn it, I should have changed the super chat noise just for that this stream with that. Damn it! Anyway, but yeah, it takes you 2 seconds to glance at an email and see it's just like a 12-year-old saying, "You should put this in the game," and then just close it and ignore it and put it in the garbage.
When I first started my blog, I was able to read and reply to every single comment. That's because I was getting, like, 5 comments per blog post. Eventually, reading and replying to blog comments became too time-consuming. It became impossible to read them all and still make progress with the game. So, I had to stop reading blog comments. When I first created an email address for Yandere Simulator, I was able to read and reply to every single email. Do you see where I'm going with this? I really wanted to be a developer who would interact with his audience at every opportunity. However, it's just not feasible anymore.
But again, this is something he has imposed on himself. Like, I have to read all of these. And yeah, actually, I do read most of my YouTube comments. I just don't reply to all of them. Yeah, right. And he's like, he's like, all of your praise and interest in my project is slowing down development. You should be ashamed.
From now on, I'll have to be much more selective about which emails I reply to and which ones I have to ignore. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes. And it will take me longer than that to finish talking about the problems that have been slowing down my progress. So I'm going to have to break this video into 2 parts. This is the end of...
Julia DeForge sent a super chat. No, you don't get it. I am too successful to work.
You're right, though, Kaiser. Chat has gotten too fast for me to fucking read. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, but like, yeah, he's like, everything is slowing down progress, so I'm taking the time to make 2 videos to complain about the progress being slowed down instead of just working on the fucking game.
Of part 1. In part 2, I'll explain what kind of emails I will no longer respond to.
To all those 13-year-olds, it's important for Dev.
I didn't pause in time, no! But yes, he's just yapping here anyway.
I'll explain what disqualifies someone from being a volunteer, and I'll answer some frequently asked questions.
Hopefully what disqualifies him would be being under 18, but I don't think that happened.
After I've finished explaining those things, I'll share some much more positive news with you. To view part 2, click the annotation that is displaying on your screen right now.
RIP annotations on YouTube, I guess.
Or visit my YouTube channel and find the video manually.
Okay, now you're just drawing this out. Alright, now for part 2 of the email video. And again, this is where I was like, oh god.
Ling sent a super chat. It's called a secretary.
Oh, he gave us all of his bullshit reasons why he can't hire a secretary, because a secretary is just gonna be lazy and leak details and screw everything up. So he has to do it himself. But you gotta stop sending him stupid emails because it's delaying his progress. And he was just constantly self-sabotaging.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. I miss YouTube annotations from 2008.
Yeah, I kinda miss him too.
Julia DeForge sent a super chat. The fast that most volunteer were 13 and had better work ethics, cause most of the goose stuff in the game was volunteer work.
Yeah, like almost everything in Yandere Simulator was made by someone else for him. Even the main characters that he markets and makes merch of were Unity assets.
Big Red Ape 9000 sent a super chat. Off topic, but my friend just recently got into Utena and our running gag is making it like a JoJo meme, where we made everything a Utena reference.
There you go.
Davi Cliff sent a super chat.
Oh,
you
yeah.
promised Chalice.
I'm sorry, you didn't need to send me another super chat, but let's see if it's on YouTube, because I know he copyright claims it all the
sent
time.
a super chat. I have
Oh.
to go to choir rehearsal, but I've been watching you for a while. Love listening to your stuff while I work. Smile. Hope I can come back after.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for the super chat. Here we go, here's the famous Cum Chalice video.
I, Eva X, humbly submit a toast to Nicholas Alexander for successfully managing to pirate Warcraft 3 so that he may play Defense of the Ancients. Congratulations, Nick. Enjoy your Dota.
So he recorded that for like a forum post or something, I think? Trying to be quirky and cool, but he was toasting with a fucking goblet of milk. So, like that stereotype
Goblin
of...
GRL Gaming sent a super chat. Thanks for providing Jim background
Hey,
commentary. Green
I'm-
heart.
I'm always flattered to be your background noise. I'm always flattered. But yeah, so, that stereotype of like somebody walks into a bar and orders like a glass of milk and it shows that they're kind of a wussy? Yeah, just like... No, it wasn't actually cum. Everyone just makes fun of him by calling it the cum chalice. It's just milk. But it was just so nerdy and pathetic that it just became a meme. And for a while he was like copyright striking that. So maybe I'll get copyright struck by Yandev. And like people were doing like speed runs of joining his Discord and like posting that or posting pictures of him.
Denmark sent a super chat. Ah, finally. Cum Chalice.
Oh, you're right, SA. He does look a little like Randy Stair in his younger days, didn't he? Don't worry, he's all fat now. He doesn't look like that anymore.
This video is part 2 of a 2-part series. If you haven't seen part 1, please watch it before viewing this video.
We did.
In the previous video,
music's back.
I explained that I haven't been able to write any code for the game during the past 2 weeks because 90% of my time was taken up by answering emails. In this video, I'm going to explain what kind of emails I will no longer reply to, and I'm also going...
Oh my god, he's at least not gonna reply to some of them. Make this weird self-imposed need to answer every single fucking email.
to explain when you should email me and when you should not email me.
But this is again the lol cow gene. Just like Lily, just like Chris Chan, he thinks if he just releases a video declaring something, all of his fans will know.
Wokador sent a super chat. Please run the Yandere Dev Band's video. Peak video.
We could do that at the end. But yeah, so, like, he thinks if I just put out this video, every single one of my fans will hear this and internalize it and obey me like a hive mind. Like, you can't just assume all of your fans have seen every single thing you've ever put out. You can't.
If you request a feature for the game,
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Imagine if you get a strike by both him and Lily.
If Lily tries to strike this video, like, not even realizing I'm not talking about her, it would be pretty funny.
I'm not going to respond to you. If you ask me a question about the game, I'm not going to respond to you. If you report a bug that I already know about, I'm not going to respond to you. If you can't get the game to run and there's nothing I can do about it, I'm not going to respond to you. If you volunteer for a position that I've specifically asked people not to volunteer for, I'm not going to respond to you. I'm very
Okay. You could have been doing that all along, though, dude.
sorry if any of this sounds harsh to you. If you have a suggestion for the game, please don't email
Keep
me.
Talkin' sent a super chat. The way he speaks is so grating. The long
know.
spaces between each word ticks me off. The only way it would keep my attention is if it was 2 times speed.
Yeah.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I've never heard a human sound like text-to-speech before. Not sure if I should be impressed or not.
This isn't usually how he talks. This is like his orator voice, but
Email
yeah.
and Red sent a super chat. Lork and Yandev collab when?
I don't think Yandev's coming back to the internet after he had to apologize for hitting up a 16-year-old girl. So yeah, but yeah. We'll watch the speed run. We'll watch the band speed runs at the end. We could definitely. Yeah, we might start speeding up Yandev at some point. But again, like I said, I swear to God, in one of his videos, he had a pin post saying that he speaks like this so children can understand it, and it's like, bruh, like, think about how that makes you look, though.
And tell me your idea.
That's why it sounds like he's talking to
And
kindergartners.
Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. Okay, so how would we know we're reporting a bug he already knows about in the first place?
Oh, you see, he has a list on his website of bugs he already knows about, and you should be aware of that. You should be reading everything he's ever written if you want to be his fan, obviously.
99% of the time I hear somebody suggest a feature for the game, their idea has already been suggested before, does not fit into the game's design, is already a planned feature of the game, is far beyond the scope of a one-man indie game with no budget, or it's simply dumb.
Hear that, kids listening to me? Your ideas are dumb.
PQA Signboard sent a super chat. 1.5 speed and I'll donate $10.
Okay. How about 1.25? We'll do that for now.
Claus. Source sent a super chat. Lily Orchard and the Soup Chalice.
Yeah. But yeah, you hear how annoyed he sounds by all this. Like, he's so frustrated.
Sorry, I hate to say it, I know it sounds mean, but it's dumb. Please only email me under the following circumstances. You are reporting a bug. You are making a business inquiry or proposal. You are a talented...
I thought people aren't supposed to report bugs to you, though, because you have a list of the bugs you already know about, and if they report a bug you already know about, that's bad and wastes your time, and you can't develop the game anymore.
Keep Talkin' sent a super chat. We can also talk about his obsession with Samus.
I think playing that video might scar some people. Keep talking, but we'll see. We'll see how fast we get through the videos I have planned.
2D artist, 3D animator, or Unity engineer who wants to volunteer. Or you made some fan art. Or you made some cosplay. I like cosplay. That's fine. You can send me that. It's cool.
I like cosplay. Do you hear that, female teenage fans? I like cosplay. Show me that. Email me your cosplay. I like that. Ugh. God, in hindsight, that's really creepy.
Volunteer emails are my highest priority. However, even volunteers can waste my time. If you're considering volunteering for Yandere Simulator, please follow these rules. Don't volunteer if you're still in elementary school. Don't volunteer if you have no examples of previous work to show me.
Junior high is fine, but not elementary school. That's just too far. The little girl was just too little, too little, too little, too little, too little.
Don't volunteer if you openly admit that you have no skills whatsoever.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. More like Lily and the Pony Jar.
I don't think Lily was responsible for the pony jar. I don't think, anyway.
Majin Lifestyle sent a super chat. I won't add suggestions that don't fit the game. He then went on to add modes to the game that turn Yandere-chan into Saitama and Sen's Undertale. Dobby Cliff sent a super chat. Is Yandere Dev just real-life Jeffrey from class of 09?
Not familiar with that, but I'm gonna say yes. I think we had another one coming. There we go.
Signboard sent a super chat. I keep my promises, unlike a certain developer. Also, ding. ding, ding, ding,
This is gonna be the new thing,
ding,
isn't it?
ding,
Yeah.
ding,
Oh,
ding,
guys, you're
ding,
hurting me with the
ding,
dings.
ding, ding, ding.
You
ding,
definitely need to
ding.
send me more super chats trolling me. I definitely hate that and hate money. But yes, $5 instead of 10 because I made 1.5. That makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I don't want to do it. I think he's fast enough at 1.5, 1.25, honestly.
Don't volunteer if you can't handle the idea that your work may eventually be replaced. Don't volunteer if you have less than a year's worth of experience doing whatever you're volunteering to do.
Beggars can't be choosers, dude. You're having these people do work for you for free.
Just no sent a super chat. The fact that he had to mention cosplay.
Yeah, in hindsight especially. Ew.
Gitro sent a super chat. Beep boop.
Beep boop. You can make Ivy say whatever you want. That's the voice's name, by the way. We got another one coming, I think.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Never realized how gross the cosplay comments sound.
I completely forgot about it, so I just got fucking blindsided by that. It's good. Have I made 12
Handsome
videos on
Toucher
Lily?
Dot sent a super chat. You should definitely play Class of 09.
A lot of people keep telling me that. I don't know. I mean, I know I did Wani, but I'm not usually into visual novels, but yeah. Should get your Olivia voice for the super chat. Oh, you know what, Kaiser? I wonder if I could do that. Because I have a friend who's really good at making AI voice changers. And I could ask him what I have to do to, like, record it so we could have an Olivia voice. That might be an idea for the future.
Don't volunteer if you can't handle your work being criticized. Don't volunteer if your
Don't volunteer if you can't handle criticism, guys, you know? Just take Yandev as your shining example of how to take criticism. Oh boy, we're gonna get into that in a little bit.
English skills are not good enough to understand instructions. Don't volunteer to be a 3D modeler if you can't create textures. Don't volunteer to be an artist if you can only draw stick figures.
Don't volunteer to be a 3D modeler if you can't texture? That's asinine. Somebody else can do the textures, you know. The fuck?
Don't volunteer to be a voice actor if your microphone sounds like a tin can and a string.
And don't try to make a game if you don't know how to fucking code and refuse to learn and get angry when someone makes your code better.
Okay, now that I've given you the bad news, it's time to give you some good news. I actually was able to find the time to add one new thing to the game over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
I thought it would be cool to allow the player to cosplay as a character.
Yandere Dev, Yandere Dev! Why do you keep adding silly Easter eggs to the game if your time is so limited?
Yeah, Yandere Dev, why do you keep just adding stupid, useless bullshit to your game instead of working on the main gameplay loop while complaining that emails are keeping you from doing that?
Okay, look. I'm not asking for pity. I just want you to understand something.
You are asking for pity, though.
Because I work on the game for 12 hours a day without taking days off.
I work for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I haven't written a single line of code in 2 weeks. Because I went to LA for 4 days and then had to answer emails for 9 days. Again, my time management is shit, but you're on a whole other level, bro.
I have no time for my hobbies anymore. I haven't watched an anime in months, and I barely have any time to play video games anymore.
Guys, I haven't watched a harem anime in months. I'm getting the shakes.
I don't put silly Easter eggs into the game because I think they're a high priority. I put them into the game because I'm trying to have fun while I work on this project. Please, don't tell me to
Oh yeah, he's absolutely fucking lying. He is completely full of shit here.
stop putting Easter eggs in the game. It only takes me 30 seconds to add them anyway.
How? How would it take you only only 30 seconds to add, like, a mode where, Yan-chan turns into sands and you shoot laser beams or something. That takes more than 30 fucking seconds, bro. Like, he just kept adding stupid bullshit like that instead of working on the actual gameplay loop. That's all you needed to do. You just need to work on the actual gameplay loop, and then you can add all the silly, fun stuff.
Okay, so, where was I? Oh yeah, the good news.
Yandere Dev, why don't you just take a vacation?
I don't think that taking a vacation is an option for me. If I'm unavailable for just 4 days, it means spending the next 9 days answering all of the emails that piled up.
Except you just said there's certain emails you're not going to answer anymore, and then you just shot down every single other idea to help you with this issue. Like, this is just self-sabotage at this point.
I didn't update the game on July 1st or July 15th. If I take a vacation now, everyone will call me lazy, or assume that progress on the game has stopped.
But I can take 2 days to make a fucking 2-part video bitching about all of this. Yeah, I could do that, though.
If I took a vacation, the people who are generously supporting me via Patreon would feel like their money is going to waste.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if you wasted their money on a sex doll or something, huh? Yeah, you know, you definitely respect the people who pay you money on Patreon to just be able to laze around screaming at Cuphead for months.
Can't afford to take a vacation. It's not an option. Okay, with that out of the way, I can finally...
Yandere Dev! It sounds like you don't know how to manage your time or run a project.
Yeah, it really sounds like that. It really definitely sounds like that. You're a little too, I'm not farting, damn it, it's just my chair. Getting kind of creaky. Thanks to your super chats, I might buy, like, a decent chair instead of these fucking $120 chairs I keep buying that break in a year or two.
I understand why you would say that. Although I have several years
Do you?
of experience in the game industry, I have no experience being the director, leader, manager, producer, and programmer of a project simultaneously. I have no experience dealing with a project gaining attention as rapidly as Yandere Simulator has. It will definitely take me some time to learn how to manage this project more efficiently. There will definitely be some weeks when progress appears slow. I will definitely make some mistakes while I work on this project. All I can ask is that you forgive me for my mistakes and have patience with me while I become a better leader.
So guys, how do you feel about that statement now in 2024, 10 years later? How do you feel about that? He's gonna become a great leader and really bring this thing to production, guys.
If you doubt me, I understand if you want to stop supporting me on Patreon. If it ever becomes clear that I am driving this project...
a super chat. I forgot how often his green-haired OC cooked him lol.
I know, right? Like, bro, he's acting like that's a terrible thing to say, but it's, like, completely 100% correct, dude.
...to the ground. I will hand the game to a worthy successor who can make Yandere Simulator reach its full potential.
Except when he partnered with Tiny Build, he got upset that he couldn't understand the code anymore, and broke his contract and went back to his spaghetti code. So yeah, he was definitely willing to give it up to a programmer who knows what they're doing. I forget when this was originally released, but this was very, very early on in the development.
Jenny Come Lately sent a super chat. First saw this guy on Modi, been a hater ever since. You're playing hard mode by not speeding him up to 2x speed. Psi equals MLG bro. No easy mode here.
That's right.
Nostalgic Nerd 90 sent a super chat. Alex, spend the money on body pillows.
Oh, it wasn't even body pillows. It was an actual fucking, like, thousands of dollars real doll. Which is disgusting. So, what was I gonna say about that, too? Yeah, we have them on 1.25 right now. I think that's fast enough.
This would be a last resort, and I think that it is far too early to consider something like that. But I don't intend to let Yandere Simulator fail.
Denmark sent a super chat. Are we gonna get an appearance from Hate and Shame?
Oh yeah, we are. I've got that on the list. Here's the list of videos right here. So we're gonna do the follow-up to this one.
WF sent a super chat. You've got to watch a code analysis. It's so bad.
Oh, I have. I've watched those, but these are the ones I wanted to go over. This the excuse making and the weird decisions and the drama, and then there's this last one that's like the last one he uploaded before his big his big groomer drama. So, yeah.
even if it means I have to let someone else finish it. Okay. Now that we've gotten past all of that stuff...
Yandere Dev, why don't you just...
Stop. Just stop. Whatever you're about to ask, whatever you're about to suggest, whatever solution you're about to propose, I already hear it 100 times every day, and I've already decided it's a bad idea. I'm tired of hearing the same question.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Yandev only has 2 rivals out of, what, 10? In 10 years? That would be like Pokemon making a game, but in 10 years there's only 2 gym leaders out of 8.
Yeah, right?
Keep Talkin' sent a super chat. Yandere Dev, why don't you be better?
But, like, the hell of it is, though, he made a 1980s mode about Yan-chan's mom and put 10 rivals in that. But he wouldn't finish the main
Hunt
game.
sent a super chat. I'm finally getting into I wanna hug that gator.
Yay!
Smile.
It's very cute.
Radisk sent a super chat. He broke the dollark. Too rough. Black.
Yeah, I know he broke it, but what do you expect from one of those fucking things, honestly? Only pathetic losers buy those. If you have one, you're a pathetic loser. Throw it out.
Over and over again. And I'm tired of giving the same replies over and over again.
And again, like I say to Lily, your audience is not a hive mind. They are not all going to be aware of the things you say and the things you think or how many times you've been asked a question, and you just have to fucking put on your big girl panties and deal with it.
Just stop. Don't even bother.
Okay.
I miss the old days.
And again, that was like a fucking representation of his fan base right there. Like, how fucking disrespectful.
Back when I didn't get dozens of emails every day. Back when I had enough spare time to actually write code for the game. Back when I didn't have to worry about disappointing any donators, because there weren't.
And yet, you still took time out of your day to make this fucking video, which also takes away from your development time. Bro.
No donators. Back when I didn't worry about artwork and just used white cubes for everything.
Wow, my thing got popular. It's so hard, you guys. Wow. I'm getting thousands of dollars a month on Patreon. Feel bad for me. Like, just the ingratitude.
Back when I actually had time to watch anime and play video games. It was so easy and fun to work on the game.
Like, if you just, like, tried to get better at time management, and again, I'm not one to fucking talk, but if you just tried to get better at time management, you can make time for these things, or do what I do, make money streaming video games.
Game back then. What happened? Where did I go wrong? How can I return to the way things used to be?
How can you hire a programmer to make the gameplay loop for you, which you had that with Tiny Bill, but you fucked it all up, Alex. You fucked it all up. But this was, like, again, like I said, the first big red flag for me that he was gonna fuck this all up.
Well, on a more positive note, I do have some good news to share with you.
Oh, yeah?
During the 9 days that I spent answering emails, I met dozens of extremely talented people who have begun to make some very impressive assets for Yandere Simulator, even though I haven't been writing code.
Well, now the music is peppy, because, like, oh, but I really appreciate you guys after I've bitched about you for, like, half an hour. I do appreciate you, totally, I do, though. Don't leave me. I need you to make this game. I need you to give me free shit to make this game I'm making money off of.
I've been receiving character designs, new models, new animations, planning story events, establishing rules.
And again, all these assets were made by fucking teenagers for him for free, while he made a bunch of money on Patreon.
Gathering reference footage, and more. In other words, tons of progress is still being made on the game, just not progress that I can insert into the game immediately. So, although I didn't have time to write code this week, I am still making tremendous progress in other areas of the game. Well, I think that's everything I had to say. Hopefully, this video explains why there aren't any new features this week, and gives you a clear picture of what it's like to develop Yandere Simulator. Hopefully, soon.
Yandere Dev, why don't you just—
Excuse me for a moment. I need to take care of something.
Yeah, violence against women.
Much better.
Haha, the avatar of my game just brutally murdered my scapegoat of my audience. Haha, I'm such a good person to be. Is that it though? Okay. So, for the love of God, please stop sending me stupid emails. I'm begging you. Which, of course, would just make trolls do it more.
Yoriko Lawfer sent a super chat. That's right, I read your emails over and over again.
I read your emails over and over again. And then he went crazy. Anyway, so then there's another one. This one is still on his channel.
Just
The
No
next
sent
one.
a super chat. The 80s mode add-on was finished before the full game was. An add-on to a game that's not finished, which means he can finish the game.
I know, it's so strange.
Davi Cliff sent a super chat. Yandere Dev, how old is the MC?
18, supposedly. You know, they dress like middle school students.
Viping Hot Fire sent a super chat. Gotta go back to work, but was cool catching one of these for the first time.
Yay!
Keep it up and goodbye for now.
Oh, thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can enjoy the VOD later. And I might cut this one into a video too. Who knows if we get funny enough. Yeah, the cognitive dissonance is giving you a headache, huh? So this one is still on his channel. It's called What's Taking So Long? Part 1, The Problems. It's him versus Midori Guden again. I think this is when Mulberry became his main artist.
Afro sent a super chat.
Oh, maybe not.
Midori's death hit harder than Goku's sacrifice.
Midori's gonna get sacrificed over and over again. So here he is once more.
And Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. If you don't want emails, don't offer your email.
Yeah, or just like the suggestion said, make a separate email account just for the volunteers to just send you important shit. Like, paid or unpaid artists, Sigh? Well, I'm a paid artist, and I pay people if they do shit for me. But yeah, he never paid anybody a dime, and then got a bunch of money on Patreon. That basically was his paycheck for all these years. I don't think this is Mulberry's art. I forgot who drew this. He went through a few different artists.
Davi Cliff sent a super chat. Show Samus picture.
Alright, let's see what we get when we do Yandere Dev Samus. It's probably gonna be something... it's a 40-second clip. I'm gonna warn you guys, you're about to be scarred for life right now.
Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh.
Chipmanly93 sent a super chat. Yandev, where did I go wrong? Me, you were born.
I mean, kinda. Like, it became very clear, especially when people got into his past as Ava Zephon, that he was always just kind of a freak.
Goblin GRL Gaming sent a super chat. A second knife has hit the Midori.
Muting preemptively. Okay, the super chats give you guys some warning. You ready to get scarred for life, everyone? I'm already desensitized.
What a nice view. Looking pretty good up there. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Here, honey, come down. Come down and give your lover a kiss. That's a good girl. Where did I put there? Oh, God.
It was Lisa Simpson there at the end. Oh, God, no. But yeah, so there you go. Yeah. So anybody who was a fan of Yandere Dev as a teenage girl, did you find this attractive? I mean, I'm just wondering. Anyway, so with that being said, on to the next video I actually planned to watch.
Talk about the speed of Yandere.
Okay, Samus is at least an adult, but that was like an uwu AI-generated version of her, so...
Simulator's development. the obstacles that are slowing down development, and potential solutions that could speed things up. First, I'll describe...
Actually, this is on his... This was 7 years ago, so this was 7 years ago.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Money for eye and brain removal surgery.
Is this just a pool for everyone who wants their brain and eyes removed after that? Is this what we're doing? It's a donation fund?
Alt account for the lulz sent a super chat. Oh, it can't be that bad, oh dear god, what the F-U.
The latency is funny because I'm seeing people in the chat like suffering like long after I've watched the video myself.
Denmark sent a super chat. I like Samus as much as the next lady lover, but Christ, keep it to yourself, man. Or at least be tasteful.
Yeah, I think he thought he was being tasteful or cool or... I don't know what.
Dobby Cliff sent a super chat. This is what being a Metroid Other M fan will do to you.
I side-eye anybody who says Metroid Other M was good, and I'm not even a Metroid fan.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Why did the dinosaurs die? Because you touch yourself at night. Family Guy.
Yeah, it was Yandev's fault for yoinking it to Samus too much. Anyway, so yeah, this was 7 years ago. So this was about... Oh, this is Mulberry's art. Her art got worse. Wow, that's... Oof. Anyway, this was 7 years ago, so this would have been 2017. This would have been 3 years into development. So the emails video was pretty early on. This would have been 3 years into development.
Describe how game development works at a company with dozens of employees. At a big game company, there is a team of artists, a team of animators, a team of modelers.
Majin Lifestyle sent a super chat. You know there are days where I think I might be a gooner. Clips like that of Alex looking up at Samus' crotch makes me see that I'm not that bad.
Yeah, you can feel better about yourself and realize it's just shame. Some people should be shamed, like Alex.
Etc. The lead artist is in charge of all of the artists. The lead animator is in charge of all of the animators. The lead modeler is in charge of all the modelers, and so on. The leads receive instructions from the directors, producers, and managers. A lead's job description looks like this. They are responsible for ensuring that their team produces high-quality assets, helping different teams communicate, predicting future obstacles, finding solutions for any problems that come up, and generally keeping everything on schedule.
Yeah, so why didn't you hire a fucking team with all your Patreon money, you fucking jackass?
Cryohazard sent a super chat. Wow, what is this? 80s porn dialogue?
That's all he knows is hentai and porn dialogue, probably. But, like, yeah, so he was making all this money on Patreon, but he kept saying, oh, one day I'll do a Kickstarter, and that's when I'll start paying a team. But he's never done the fucking Kickstarter. So, some people think he stalls just to keep getting Patreon money. I personally think it's just incompetence and mental illness. But, you know, it's up to you to decide.
I am blessed to have the assistance of numerous talented volunteers who have generously offered to lend their skills to Yandere Simulator. 90% of the things that you see and hear in Yandere Simulator would never have been possible without the help of those talented people.
Yeah, without the help of a bunch of teenagers making shit for you. Yeah, for free. Well, you rake in the fucking Patreon bucks and spend it on a sex doll. Asshole.
However, all of these amazing assets come at a cost. I am the game's director, producer, and manager. I am also the lead artist, and the lead animator.
I'm the producer and shut the fuck up.
Modeler, composer, etc. I don't create artwork or animations or models or music.
You're not the composer. There was a dude who did music for you. What are you talking about?
But I am in charge of managing and directing all of the people who produce those things for Yandere Simulator. I am also the game's only programmer.
And by managing them, I mean I'm yelling at them for sending me emails.
I must perform all of the responsibilities that would normally be performed by about 10 different people if this was a real game company.
So you use your Patreon money to hire people, you fucking controlling dumbass. But he couldn't. He had to be in control of every single aspect of this. That was a big part of his problem. Also, he's a creeper.
Now, please, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to brag and I'm not trying to whine. I'm just trying to explain why it can take so long.
You're definitely whining.
To make significant progress. Dozens of assets are made for Yandere Simulator every month, and all of those assets must pass through a bottleneck the size of one man, me. This often leads to a backlog of assets.
It all needs to pass through one man, and it bottlenecks. It's phrasing.
that have been waiting for weeks or months to be implemented into the game. There are...
Lazarus sent a super chat. Honestly, seeing his code? It's mostly incompetence. As a programming student, I have nightmares at night about all those fucking if statements.
Yeah, what I tend to think is, like, he just didn't have enough talent to actually make the game, so he just kept stalling. I don't think it was for any other reason besides that. He just kept saying, "Oh, I'll just make another Easter egg or something. Yeah, and then that'll be an update, and that'll mean I'm working on the game." Oh, Space Frog, we're talking about Yandere Dev today. We're not lurching today. We're yawning today.
There are tons of things that have been created for Yandere Simulator that you haven't even seen yet, because I haven't found the time to put those things in the game. Also, many of the assets that I require are for future surprises that you don't even know about, so you won't see them for a while. In the past, I placed a strong emphasis on low-hanging fruit. In other words, features that could be implemented
Hanging. Why do you say it like that?
within 2 weeks, with minimal assistance from volunteers. So, for a long time, I was able to add significant new features to the game every 2 weeks. But eventually, I ran out of low-hanging fruit to implement.
Well, this is what I'm saying too. Like he didn't have the talent or skill to actually code the game. So he just kept adding stupid bullshit to say, "Well, see, I update every 2 weeks. I'm working, and I'm a competent dev, totally, you know."
Implement. The next step was to work on the medium-hanging fruit, which required more collaboration with volunteers and more programming work than before. This is when features started to take 4 weeks or several months to implement. The fruit that I'm aiming for now, Osana Najimi, is the highest fruit on the tree and requires me.
Osana. When was Osana released again, guys? This was 2017. Pretty sure Osana was released in 2022. Yeah.
To spend extensive amounts of time speaking with volunteers, which leaves me with
2021,
almost
my
no
bad.
time to actually write code. When I first started working on Yandere Simulator, I intended to make a short and simple game that could reasonably be completed by one man working alone.
Yeah, and why didn't you do that? You could have just had a silly meme game where you're an anime girl stabbing other anime girls with stuff that makes fun of anime tropes, and people would have loved it.
In 3K0Mang3RT0R1 sent a super chat. Guys, trust me, I'm totally working on the game. Look. Sans Undertale.
I know. The fucking squandered potential is always what upsets me the most here. I don't know.
Using some assets bought from the Unity Asset Store. As more and more volunteers began to join the project, I began to spend more and more time not writing code. Speaking with a team of artists, a team of animators, a team of modelers, a team of composers, a team of voice actors, etc. takes many hours of the day. I quickly realized that I was going to make very little progress on the game's code if I only.
And, you know, I was thinking about this before. He didn't really need voice actors. Why didn't you just do it where, like, they just make sounds, and then everything else is just text? You could even do cutscenes that way without any actual vocal dialogue, you know, if you were clever.
Only worked a normal 8-hour workday. So I started working longer and longer hours. Eventually, I removed everything else from
And
my
here he is, just like Lily Cullen, doing stupid bullshit an 8-hour workday. You know, okay, bro.
life. Friends, exercise, hobbies, etc. So I could focus 100% of my attention on Yandere Simulator. Eventually, my life became a non-stop loop of work and sleep. It's been this way
Davi
for.
Cliff sent a super chat. Talk to our Yandere Dev.
You know, this is sounding an awful lot like the shit he was saying in his non-apology video, too. So he's been griping about the same goddamn bullshit for 7 fucking years. Oy, 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 oy.
For over 2 years now. Ironically, this is what my life was like 5 years ago when I worked at a video game company. This kind of lifestyle was absolutely unbearable, which is why I decided to quit my job and became an indie developer.
Yeah, that's definitely why you decided to quit your job. I remember he was, like, complaining that he was doing, like, junior modeling shit and, like, low-level shit in his entry-level position and wasn't given, like, lead modeling position right away. You know, like, goddamn.
Yandere Simulator has a lifespan. The game is only alive for as long as people are interested in it. If people lose interest in the game, it's dead. If I release frequent updates, people will remain interested in the game. If I release updates,
You know what keep people interested in finishing the gameplay loop and then adding, like, extra bullshit to it? That would keep people interested.
slowly, people will lose interest in the game, and the game will get closer to death. This is why I work on Yandere Simulator 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and don't take any vacations.
Yeah, definitely sitting at your computer for 12 hours a day. You're definitely totally working on it that entire time. I totally believe you.
I'm worried about people losing interest in the game. I'm worried about losing my subscribers. I'm worried about losing my patrons. I'm worried about being called lazy. I'm worried about getting a reputation as a bad game developer.
I'm worried about all these things. We're gonna keep making these fucking 10-minute long videos and taking time out of my day to edit them and upload them onto YouTube to tell you how much I'm not working on the game.
I'm worried that everything I've worked for will collapse, and all of the work I've put into the game will be for nothing.
Oh, there was an open beta. You could just play the development he had so far. You can play it now, even today.
I've been invited to anime conventions to speak at panels, and declined so I could have more time to work on Yandere Sim. I've been asked to do interviews, invited to podcasts, invited to parties, invited to weddings.
Tidewatcher sent a super chat. I am something of a game developer myself.
I'm something of a game developer myself. I don't think you've ever been invited to a party, Alex. No.
Keep Talkin' sent a super chat. We need to watch the Cuphead Freakout vid.
Okay, after these two, we'll take another, like, little break for a 30-second Alex video.
And always declined because I didn't want to do anything that would take my time away from Yandere Sim. People pay me money to keep working on Yandere Sim, but I never get to use that money to enjoy myself because I'm always so busy with Yandere Simulator.
Except then he bought a sex doll.
If I never get the time to use the money that I earn, then I might as well not be getting paid anything at all. If you ask my friends,
if I don't get to use my money, then I might as well not be being paid at all. Like, dude, I mean, I think he was living with his parents still at the time, so, like, you weren't even buying food, were you? You weren't even paying rent, were you? I can't spend my money on video games to play. Why even bother having a Patreon? Ah. Yeah, it definitely is a skill issue.
What my most commonly said words are, they would tell you that I always say, sorry, I don't have time. I have to work on Yandere Sim.
You don't have friends, don't lie.
Yandere Simulator will probably not be finished until 2019. I'm going to be over
2019, guys. We got that one wrong, didn't he? This was 2017. He was like, oh yeah, I can probably finish the game by 2019. It is now 2024, and he has lost all of his voice actors and volunteers because he chatted up a 16-year-old girl and was really creepy to her.
30 years old when that happens. I'm going to look back at my late 20s, and I'm just going to see a giant hole where nothing happened except for Yandere Simulator.
Well, maybe you should get better time management then, bro. This has been your problem since the last one we watched.
It's really depressing, so I try not to think about it. Even though I devote almost every single hour of my life to Yandere Simulator, I've made 0 code-related progress on Osana over the past 2 weeks.
So yeah, you just told us you're adding stupid bullshit to make it look like you're updating every 2 weeks and you're not working on the core gameplay loop, which is what you should be working on. You should have your core gameplay loop finished first and then you add all the cool bullshit.
Because of all the other things that take up my time and require my attention. I really wish that working on Yandere Sim was as simple as just sitting down and writing code, but that's just not the reality of game development.
It could be, though, if you actually hired people, but you wouldn't do that. So again, this was your own fucking fault!
Even if I spend 12 hours per day focusing all of my attention exclusively on Yandere Sim, I can still wind up with no time to actually write code, because I have dozens of other responsibilities besides just being a programmer.
I had to talk to my volunteers on Skype who said they were busy with their homework, so they couldn't get me that model for another couple of weeks. And, you know, that's working, though.
N3KZ3RT0R1 sent a super chat. Sounds like a personal problem, bro.
It really is. Here's Silverheart Souls. Hey, buddy.
Silverheart Soul sent a super chat. Sup? How deep are we in, and how long are we going? The first man who taught me YouTubers are people and shit. Good times.
No. Oh, you got some history with him too, huh, Silverheart Soul? But yeah, we are in the third video I was gonna look at. We took a break to look at a couple other ones. We'll probably go to like 5 or 6, so like another 2 hours.
In addition, there's also one other problem. When Yandere Simulator was a small project with just a few scripts, Compiling the code took less than a second. Now, Yandere Simulator has over 300 scripts, and it takes 30 seconds to compile the code every time.
Bro, I can't code, but even I know it's all of your fucking else-if statements making it take so long to compile. Holy shit, dude. Even I know that. And again, the highest level code I can do is cascading style sheets.
Time I want to make any change, no matter how small. It also takes 30 seconds to launch the game every time I want to test something. In short, it now takes a grand total of 60 seconds to check any change I've made to the game's code, when it originally took less than a second. If I want to make 60 changes to the game in a single day...
Were you compiling it every single time you made a change? Why would you do that? That is just so inefficient.
Then 1 hour...
Oh my god.
Monica Turner sent a super chat. He really doesn't like the Osana X-Ray Baru ship. He's really homophobic. So me and fellow artist friend made them a couple in a rewrite, hee, hand over mouth.
He hates people shipping the, like, indestructible girl he invented to guard Osana because he was salty about people killing her too fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Hour of my day will be spent just sitting there waiting for the code to compile. As a result, the simple act of writing code and checking out the changes that I've made has slowed down drastically.
So make all of your changes and then compile it and then check it. What? Like, again, I don't even code and I can already think of more efficient ways to fucking do this. What happened to the sound?
Davi Cliff sent a super chat. Apparently a new update came out yesterday.
Really? I thought he had gone radio silent. We might have to go look at that.
On top of everything else,
there wasn't supposed to be any sound there, okay.
When personal problems pop up and take my focus away from Yandere Simulator, I lose the time that I...
Just like Lily, he's making nonsensical charts. Look at this shit. How do you quantify this? What the fuck are you talking about?
Otherwise would have spent developing the game. This is something that I have absolutely no control over, because you can't predict when you'll run into a stroke of...
You have control over every single one of these fucking things! You just need better time management, Jesus! Hire a secretary and someone who can make a schedule for you and someone who can communicate. Hire someone you can delegate to! Holy God!
Bad luck, and have to deal with a bunch of dumb issues going on in your life. On the bright side, there is a bit of good news. When I'm releasing cool updates, the game is popular and lots of people are contacting me, which results in me not having very much time to write code. But when I haven't done anything cool in a long time, people lose interest in Yandere Sim, and almost nobody contacts me.
And you complain about getting emails, so stop adding bullshit updates and just work on the actual fucking game! Like, goddamn!
Which gives me much more time to write code. This becomes a cycle of rising and dropping productivity, depending on the game's current amount of popularity. Right now, we're at one of those low points where people are losing interest in the game and losing faith in me, which, ironically, gives me more time to actually write code for the game. So,
and losing faith in me. He had to throw in that little jab. Like, guys, you're not gonna lose faith in me, are you? You don't want to make me sad, do you, guys? Like, God, this is not a way to professionally conduct yourself.
Oh, we should probably see some cool progress very soon. I hope. Anyway, I hope that this video has helped you to understand why the game's development has slowed down so much. It's not any one thing, but a combination of many things, big and small.
I don't add too many lines. I'll make this look like flower buds.
My next video will focus instead on the solutions to those problems.
Oh, well, he's always gonna give solutions this time.
You've come up with an idea
there she
for how to
is!
solve my problems, and you want to email me about it. Please, don't do that. If the solution seems obvious to you, that means that it's already occurred to me. And if
why don't you just read my mind, everybody? Just read my mind and know you don't need to send me an email about this. Why can't you just operate like a hive mind, my fan base? Like, again, this is part of the locale gene, I swear to God.
If I haven't already put that solution into action, then obviously there's a problem with that solution. Please, just wait for my next video, where I will explain the upsides and downsides of the most obvious solutions.
Dude, Dude, people sending you emails might not even know about your videos in your YouTube channel. You can't just think all of your fans have seen everything you fucking do. I don't understand this mentality. It drives me crazy. Yeah, we're just gonna stan Midori because he uses her as a punching bag.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And thank you for following the development of Yandere Simulator.
He never learned how to pronounce Yandere correctly. Here's part 2 of that video.
In my previous video, I explained that the biggest problem slowing down the game's development is the fact that I have many more responsibilities than just writing code for the game. In this video, I'll discuss a few of the potential solutions for the
And instead of, like, doing any of your work, you made this fucking video instead, you know? Like, come on, man. Like, every single time it's like, well, I spent, like, a week making a video about how I'm not working and why that's a problem, so... Like, you're just your own worst enemy.
problem. I have no problem managing a team of people, and I enjoy programming.
You clearly do! You were just bitching about it in part 1! What are you talking about?
But there simply aren't enough hours in the day to manage a team of people and make significant progress with the game's code. I think that the most elegant solution...
And that's when you should have hired a programmer to do it for you, you dumb motherfucker, and you would have had this game done already, and you could have had clout, instead of being remembered as that creepy gooner who failed to make a video game.
Would be to hire someone to take my place as the game's lead programmer, so that I can focus exclusively on being a director/producer/manager, while someone else writes all the code. However, there is something very important stopping me from pursuing this course of action. When it comes to programming, I'm good at some things, like rapid prototyping or adding new features to a pre-existing system. But I'm not so good at designing modular systems, creating state machines, or writing character AI.
Yeah, we know, bro, which is why you broke your code so badly you couldn't even make the game anymore.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I need a cleansing from this. I'm going to go watch Magical Girl Lyrical. I know its origins. Hush.
I don't know its origins, but you go ahead. Maybe that's an anime Yandev would have liked. But anyway. He showed his sphincter. You mean your bottleneck, yeah. But yeah, we know, bro. We know you can't write character AI, because everything you write is if-else statements. And that's a terrible way to make a video game. And this is why you needed to hire a programmer early on. But he just... Like, what's his excuse gonna be for, like, I'm bad at all the stuff I need to be able to do?
Davi Cliff sent a super chat. Brother, may I have some milk?
Everybody have some milk. Everybody take a sip out of the cum chalice.
To put it in simple terms, I have specialties, but I don't specialize in most of the stuff that Yandere Simulator needs the most.
Yeah!
I put forth my best effort, but if a more experienced programmer had been in charge of writing Yandere Simulator's code, they probably would have done a bunch of things way differently.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with Tiny Build. A dude came in, improved all your code, you got mad you couldn't understand it anymore, and instead of just working with the programmer and telling him what you wanted, you broke your contract, and then went back to, like, just struggling to make it on your own. I do not understand you.
With more time, I could develop my skills, gain new knowledge, and eventually evolve into the master programmer that Yandere Simulator deserves.
Oh, that's ironic, isn't it?
But that would probably take a while, and I don't think you guys want to wait that long. If I hire an experienced veteran programmer with experience in the Unity game engine to take my place on Yandere Simulator, he's not going to want to work with my code and pick up from where I left off.
Why do you automatically assume it's going to be a he, Alex? Just saying.
He's going to want to rebuild many of the game's most important systems so that the game has a proper foundation. We should also port the game from Unity 4 to Unity 5 and port the scripts from JavaScript to C#, because C# has many advantages.
You wrote it in JavaScript?! Oh god, that explains so much! Oh Jesus! No wonder it runs like crap!
And also compiles 4.2 times faster than JavaScript. Redesigning Yandere Simulator's core systems, porting the game to Unity 5, and porting the game to C# would probably take several months, during which
JavaScript
Thomas Harden sent a super chat. I was just gonna make a joke about Tiny Build. Lol.
Oh god. JavaScript isn't inherently bad, but it can get bloated very, very, very quickly. And no wonder the game, like melts people's computers if he wrote it all in JavaScript with if-else statements that have to run on every single frame. Holy shit!
Can't roll out new updates, because the game would be unplayable while it's being taken apart and put back together again. If I lose the ability to put out updates for several months...
It wouldn't be unplayable. You just don't... Just let people play the last version while you convert everything. What? He invents these problems for himself!
This would kill a lot of the hype and interest in the game, which would have a severe impact on something very important. The game's crowdfunding...
Silverheart Soul sent a super chat. We all know that if it had been a girl, he'd not cancel sooner.
That's true. It's very true. And someone earlier was saying Yandere Dev is worried, makes them worried about becoming a dev. See, just don't be a fuck up like this. Just don't be a fuck up like this. Just do the opposite of everything Alex Mahan did and you'll be fine.
Funding campaign. Yandere Simulator cannot be finished unless I launch a crowdfunding campaign and raise a bunch of money that would be used to hire a team of professionals to help me make the rest of the game. There are many examples of crowdfunded projects that were massive disappointments. A lot of people are now skeptical of crowdfunding campaigns, and rightfully so.
I can't do a Kickstarter now because I might fail, which you absolutely
Prince
did in the
Galaxy,
end, but...
Sharon sent a super chat. No wonder it runs worse than modded Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Famously, the original Minecraft PC wasn't in JavaScript, but, you know, the simple shapes kind of helped it not get very bloated. But yeah, so... I think this is a reference to Mighty Number 9 too, but he's like I can't do a Kickstarter because the game might fail and then everyone will be disappointed. Well, then use some of your Patreon money to hire a programmer. Or again, he eventually partnered with TinyBuild, and when success was just at his fingertips, and all he had to do was let a real programmer program his code, he couldn't handle it. His poor little ego just couldn't handle it.
That is why, before launching a crowdfunding campaign, I want to release an impressive demo so that people know exactly what type of game they're going to get, and feel safe pledging their money to the project. The builds that are available right now are just sandbox test builds for debug purposes. I won't have an actual
The thing is, though, people loved playing around in that sandbox. They loved just running around, fucking around with it. And if he had focused on that aspect... the game could have also been successful, but instead he wanted to make it so there's very specific ways to kill each rival and to stop you from, like, being creative, while saying he wants it to be like Hitman. Like, it just to shooting himself in the foot constantly.
Demo until after I've implemented Osana, the game's first rival. You won't really get the true Yandere Simulator experience until there's a genuine rival in the game. Osana is the very last piece of the puzzle before I want to launch a crowdfunding campaign. Hype is essential for a successful crowdfunding campaign. Hype dies if I don't update the game frequently. If I bring another programmer on board the project, we'll need to spend several months taking apart the game and rebuilding most of the major systems, during which the game will be unplayable.
I mean, exactly what happened with TinyBuild, but again, why would it be unplayable? You don't have to upload that version for people. They can just keep playing the last build you had before starting the conversion. Like, this isn't that difficult to deal with. And I don't understand. Again, I mean, I know he's a creeper, and I know he was always incompetent, and I know he's a weirdo, but this game had so much potential that this just drives me up the fucking wall.
And I won't be able to put out new builds. This would kill hype, which would damage the probability that the crowdfunding campaign will succeed. So, I don't want to...
Honestly, it does sound like he has some sort of, like, anxiety or OCD or something, the way he talks like this. But, again, he should have just gotten help for his shit, though.
Bring another programmer on board the project until after the crowdfunding campaign has concluded. And I don't want to launch the crowdfunding campaign until after Osana is complete. We do have the option of deviating from this plan. I could forget about Osana, launch the crowdfunding campaign immediately, assemble a team, begin refactoring the game's code as soon as possible, and then release Osana after the refactoring was complete.
Yeah. And you could have had her 6 months later instead of, 6 years later. dumbass. Like, again, he states, like, a very sensible plan and then shoots it down for the most asinine reasons. I do not understand.
But I'm not sure if you guys would really want this. I'm going to describe a few other possible solutions, and then I'll ask you guys to vote on the best one. Another possibility is to stop relying on...
John Williams sent a super chat. He wanted to be a bad Hitman game. He wanted you to kill the rivals in a specific way, rather than how Hitman gives you many different options.
Yeah, like, I think eventually I am gonna stream Hitman, because a buddy of mine told me I'd probably like it, because I'm one of those weirdos who likes the first Assassin's Creed game and how meticulous you had to be. So, yeah, like Hitman inspires creativity, whereas Yandev got so salty about people killing Osana in a way he didn't approve that he made an indestructible rival to guard her. The first fucking kill! That's supposed to be, like, the tutorial rival. Like, that's just completely counterproductive.
And then I'll ask you guys to vote on the best one. Another possibility is to stop relying on donations and volunteers and work together with a game company to complete Yandere Simulator. I've already been
Yeah, like when you got approached by Tiny Build and you fucked it all up.
approached by multiple companies who have expressed an interest in getting involved with Yandere Simulator's development in exchange for a cut of the game's profits.
N3K0Mang3RT0R1 sent a super chat. He's a control freak in my opinion. This is why Tiny Build didn't work out. He needed control. The praise. He's Yandev. The Yandev.
That's true, but then he talks about how much he hates his fucking fans and getting emails and getting attention. Like, what do you want, you know?
They've proposed deals that involve me giving up 50% of the game's profits, or losing ownership of the game's intellectual property, or removing certain features.
Yeah, the game's intellectual property, which is all built from other people and Unity assets you purchased that are not your intellectual property. Christ.
From the game. These terms are all very unappealing to me, so I haven't agreed to work with any of the companies that have approached me. But it would drastically speed up the game's development to have a team of experienced professionals take over for me, and could possibly allow us to bypass the crowdfunding campaign altogether. This option has upsides and downsides, so it's one of the things that I'm going to ask you to vote on. The proper solution to the game's slow development depends on how you're looking at the problem. From your perspective, the problem is, Yandere Dev is so slow. From my perspective, the problem is...
N3K0Mang3RT0R1 sent a super chat. Oh no, not the asset flip.
Yeah, basically asset flip. Like, he bought characters. He bought character packs from the Unity asset store and, like, changed them slightly. And basically started putting them on merch and treating them like his... Even though he kept saying that they were going to be replaced one day, he, like, made them, like, the main look of the characters. So, yeah, what did happen with that poll? I have a feeling his fans said, get a team, and he just ignored it. Goes, and Kaiser asked what I want out of my fans. I just want my fans to have fun. Yeah, actually, somebody just sent them to me. I can show you the exact assets he bought. So basically, anybody can fucking buy these assets and use them in any game they want. They don't belong to him. Yeah, okay, yeah, good cookies, fine, good. So, yeah, these are the assets he bought off the store. He didn't make these. He altered them slightly. Like, even like, her, Raibaru, just in there as is, barely changed anything. So anybody can go to these stores and buy these characters and use them for whatever the fuck they want. They don't belong to him. And he kept saying these were going to be temporary, but then he makes merch of the characters. I just don't get it.
I'm working on this game 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, never taking vacations, not getting any enjoyment out of my life, and people are calling me lazy and slow. From your perspective, the solution might be more programmers, or a crowdfunding campaign, or getting the help of a company. From my perspective, the solution might be to change what Yandere Simulator is. Presently, Yandere Simulator is my full-time job. I get paid to work on it, As long as I'm getting paid to work on it, I feel obligated to pour every second of my life into it.
Except you don't even, though. So at this point, he was getting $5,179 a month on Patreon. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly, but trust me, from 1,183 people. This motherfucker was getting, like, a full-time paycheck a month to sit around and jerk off and stream video games and not work. And not hire anybody else.
Sent a super chat. THX for the excellent company while I DIY some Halloween decor.
Hey.
Man, Yandev is really his own worst enemy, isn't he?
Like I said, this video was 7 fucking years ago, too. He was like this the entire time. Like, the warning signs were always there. And that is part of why I just started following him and following this mess, because I could see the slow train crash coming. Hey, Sai, not to derail the stream or anything, but Lily Orchid accused you of having CP on your computer's hard drive and stream today. Oh, God. The clips are in Crim server. I'll go check it out later.
As long as I'm getting paid for my time, it's perfectly fair for people to complain if I don't make timely progress on the game. But what if I wasn't getting paid to work on it? What if I closed my Patreon completely? Then I could downgrade Yandere Sim from a full-time job to just a hobby. I would have no obligation to work on it for any longer than I feel like working on it. I would have no reason to give it any more attention than I feel like giving it. I would finally be able to play video games and watch anime again.
Dude, again, this is your own fucking time management. Why can't you code and watch anime at the same time? Like, that's not impossible. Even if you're watching it subtitled. Like, yeah, getting $5,000 a month on Patreon, and he's like, maybe I should just close it. This is too much work, you guys. I totally work on the game 12 hours a day. Those 6 hours of that is just answering emails, you know? And the other one's talking to the people who give me shit for free. I don't know why I'm doing this voice for him now, but this is his voice now. Like, because I can't do a good impression of him.
Nobody could call me lazy anymore. All of my
They definitely would still call you lazy, though, because you are.
problems would be solved. But all of my fans would hate me. Someone else would...
Denmark sent a super chat. At what point do I bring up the Nutaku deal? 2 of his characters are in the game Project Cutie, in, and out of, their middle school uniforms.
Oh, that's right. He did have his characters that are Unity assets and don't belong to him and are teenagers in a hentai game as a crossover. Isn't that nice?
develop a Yandere-themed game to take the place of my game, I would fade from memory, and all of the work I've done over the past 3 years would be for nothing.
Well, don't worry, Alex. You are definitely going to live in infamy for a long, long time, so... GG.
It's tempting to downgrade Yandere Simulator to just being a hobby, so that I can take my life back, but it would probably be a one-way street, with no turning back. The only reason I'm even considering such drastic measures is because I'm worried about what the fans think of me, because I've been unable to make
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Why doesn't he do program streams like some devs do?
Probably because we would see just how bad his code is. I don't know. Probably because he'd never coded for 12 hours a day. He's fucking lying.
Biohazard sent a super chat. It's as if he wanted to be the guy that made Demonphobia, make the game and disappear for a few years.
Did that guy actually finish his game, though? So that would be the difference.
Fast progress with Osana. But maybe it's only a very vocal minority that is actually mad about it. It's possible that among Yandere Sim...
It's just a vocal minority that thinks I'm lazy and not doing work and avoiding, actually getting this shit done while I collect thousands of dollars a month.
Simulator's fan base, there exist two types of fans. The fans who don't mind how fast I work. don't mind if I work on Osana or work on other things, and don't mind if I take vacations. The other type of fan would take development speed very seriously, would prefer that I focus my attention exclusively on Osana, and would be displeased if I announced a vacation. I'll call them the chill fans and the heated fans.
You don't have to announce a vacation, dude. Just fucking go on vacation and then update the game when you have an update. Like, you don't have to be this parasocial about it.
Maybe 90% of my fans are chill and only 10% are heated. Or maybe it's the other way around. Or maybe it's 50-50. Maybe if I make Yandere Sim my hobby, 90% of the fans will still be loyal to me. Or maybe only 10% would remain loyal. If you've been following the development of Yandere Simulator for a long time, you know how I handle these situations. With a poll.
You know how I handle these situations. Poorly.
Please vote on the poll in the video description so that I can find out if the majority of Yandere Simulator's fanbase is of the chill variety or the heated variety. So,
are you chill? Or are you just an angry, stupid person? You know, pick one, guys. God, he really was just manipulating children, wasn't he?
Here are 4 different courses of action I could take regarding Yandere Simulator's development. I could stick to the original plan, which is to wrap up Osana, make the game as presentable as possible, launch a crowdfunding campaign, use the money to assemble a team of professionals, find someone who could replace me as the game's lead programmer, port the game to Unity 5, port the scripts to C#, and rebuild all of the systems that I didn't build properly, which would take at least 6 months. After the crowdfunding...
So, completely sensible plan right here. Completely 100% sensible plan that probably would have seen the fucking game finished within 2 years.
Lovely Unknown sent a super chat. I was one of the Augment speedrunners and trolls. It was fun, but eventually stopped caring. Nowadays, I enjoy watching him crack under his own actions.
Now that's cool, Lovely Unknown. The Discord banned speedruns were the funniest shit. I'm sorry. I know it's just straight up griefing, but like if you're gonna be that oversensitive, Jesus, you know, you kind of bringing it on yourself.
Campaign concluded, you would probably stop receiving new playable builds for at least half a year, since the game would be getting a complete overhaul and would be unplayable until the overhaul was complete. But at least you'd have Osana. Or I could launch the crowdfunding campaign immediately. I wouldn't spend any further time on Osana, which means that you wouldn't get to have Osana until after the game had been overhauled.
Plot twist, you didn't get Osana until 2021, and this was 2017!
This means that Osana would be delayed, but the final game would arrive faster. I'm worried that the crowdfunding campaign might have less of a chance of succeeding if I...
Prince Galaxy, Jaren, sent a super chat. Oh no, how dare people expect you to work on the thing they're paying you for?
I know, that he's claiming he totally works on 12 hours a day, and he could totally hire a team if he just used his Patreon money or did a Kickstarter. But here's all the reasons he's not going to do this very sensible action.
I don't release a demo that provides the experience of taking down a rival. However, I could be wrong about this. Or I could begin working together with a company to bring Yandere Simulator to you as soon as possible. Depending on the type of agreement that I reach with this company, I may lose 50% of the profits I was going to make, I may have to share ownership of Yandere Simulator, and I may have to sacrifice some of the game's more controversial features. But at least you'd get the game faster.
Well, he really wanted to keep the panty shots in, guys. You really had to keep the panty shots in. Like I said earlier, I didn't even have a problem with the panty thing originally because I thought he was making fun of anime tropes. And then it became clear he was doing them unironically, and it was just like, oh no.
Or I could just say, sorry everyone, I need to take my life back, and downgrade Yandere Simulator to a hobby.
I need to take my life back, people giving me $5,000 a month. Christ, dude.
So that I could finally start enjoying my life again. Nobody could ever complain about the game's development speed ever again, but I'm sure that a lot of people would just lose interest and stop following the game if I did that. I'm not sure if it would be the minority or the majority. Now that I've laid out all of the options, I'd like you to vote. Which of the 4 options I just discussed are most appealing to you? Sticking to the original plan, launching the crowdfunding campaign sooner, working with a company, or just downgrading the game to a hobby?
I do wonder how this poll ended up. I do. Oh, yeah! Here's the comment I was talking about. Listen, guys, this is not an easily digestible video intended for a young
Roxana sent a
audience.
super chat. Why does his avatar looks like a teenager?
Because he's a creepy dude.
Davi Cliff sent a super chat. I enjoy some sleaze, but his stuff was just weird.
But, okay, so I misread this earlier. I thought he said he talked this way for a young audience. He said this is not easily digestible for a young audience, which... Well, I don't know
Master
about that.
Clockwork sent a super chat. Look, bro, you're not making Star Citizen here.
I know, right? You're not even making, like, fucking Undertale or something. Come on, man. But when somebody asked about the smiling critters up in the corner, don't worry about that. That's just for when I work on thumbnails for Cougar. And they're up there for reference. Shh, don't worry about it. Anyway. A different folder for page 2. I'm so disorganized over here. Oh god, I made it all disappear. No, I want you above that folder. Thank you. How dare you be disorganized layers that I did myself. Anyway, let's keep listening to Alex.
I'd be very interested
We'll look at the stolen assets maybe at the end, too.
in hearing how you feel. Well, at this point, I think I've finally...
Emelum Red sent a super chat. Remember when Yandev wanted the inventory system to include opening up Ayano's skirt? That was so creepy.
Yeah, that one I couldn't defend. Like, the taking of the panty shots, I'm like, okay, you're making fun of old anime tropes. That one was a bit like... Okay, bruh, I'm getting some vibes here, and they're not good. Vibe check.
said everything there is to say about the speed of the game's development. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you for following the development of Yandere Simulator.
Ain't our girl Midori? No more Midori! But she was in the thumbnail, you asshole! Okay, I promised you guys we would watch his Cuphead freak out after those two, so... Trigger warning for very enraged sounding screaming, by the way. I'm probably gonna run it down a bit. Alright, yeah, doing good. Yeah, I would never play Cuphead because I'm bad at bullet hells. I wouldn't react like that, though. This definitely sounds like a man who is mentally stable. Yeah. That's, like, legitimately kind of scary. Yeah, so, yeah. Cuphead is a bullet hell, basically, yeah. And I'm terrible at those, this is why I haven't played it. You guys could try to make me play it on stream sometime, maybe. I mean, it's a beautiful game, I love it, I love what they did with it, but... It's just a style of gameplay that makes me panic and fuck up. Let's see, what if you were sitting in your house and a book lands in your lap that's called the Shrek Note and you wrote Lily's name into the book and news breaks out saying an oiled up ogre claiming to be Shrek has been beaten a Canadian to death. Interesting.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. Sounds like the FBI knocking on his door.
If only! And yes, the pool was stolen from a porn game and I think the grass texture was as well. Those weren't things people even made for me, just ripped them from other games. Reminder that FNAF became popular around the same time as Yandev. Yeah, don't be a Yandev, be a Scott Cawthorn, everybody, when it comes to hustle. Okay, so now here's the next... This is where, he started to get really creepy with this one.
While I'm working on...
When was this? This was also 7 years ago. What the fuck? Maybe this was the last time I really paid attention to him. So, remember how I said every single time he comes up with a new idea, for a feature. He just has to make a video about it or find a way to implement it right away. This was one of his more questionable ideas, and you will see why as this video goes on.
On Yandere Simulator, I constantly get ideas for new features. There was a point in time when I would eagerly announce or implement every new feature that came to mind. However, sometime in 2016, I realized just how much work I had created for myself by promising so many features, and I decided that it was time to stop planning any new features beyond what I had already announced. Of course, I remain determined to keep every promise I've ever made, but I've avoided making any new promises for quite a while now.
Are we sure about that one?
There are two
Yes, this is the Yakuza one. If you know, you know.
Exceptions. If we discover that the game has a major design flaw, and the addition of a new feature would solve the problem, then I would most definitely consider adding that feature.
Prince Galaxy, Jaren, sent a super chat. What's your opinion on Souls-like games?
I think they're super cool, but, I personally would also be very bad at them, so I don't play them myself. I did watch my friend play Bloodborne, though. I love Bloodborne. I love the look of it. I love the gothicness of it. They're cool, but, like, I just know I wouldn't have the patience.
Another time when I'd be willing to implement a new feature is if I can think of something that would add a lot of extra value to the game at the cost of very little time and very few assets. For example, a rival elimination method that could be added in less than a week with no new 3D models or animations required. That's exactly the sort of feature that I'm going to talk about today. There's no guarantee that the feature I'm about to describe will actually make it into the game.
But you had to make a whole fucking video about it, and we're gonna find out why, because we're gonna find out why he really likes this idea. Well, yeah.
Want to make a video about it because it's been on my mind since 2014, when it was first suggested. This idea will only get into the game if a lot of people really want me to add it. And if you hate the idea, don't worry, because it will be a completely optional part of the game.
Yeah, he really wanted to do this, so he's like, hey guys, he's like sweating like I came up with a really good new feature to the game, guys, that I really want to do, but I want to make sure you think it's okay.
It starts with the delinquents. The delinquents who exist in the game right now are just statues who stand there to represent a concept.
Their skirts should be long too, by the way, but...
and communicate an idea, like the placeholder club leaders. But one day, they will walk around just like the other students, and the player will be able to talk with them, do favors for them, and befriend them, just like everyone else. This is where my idea for a new feature begins. If the player can do a massive favor for one of the delinquents, he will owe Yandere-chan a debt that he cannot possibly repay. Instead, he will connect Yandere-chan.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. I'm a sample he's shouting into a viral dance beat.
You should! Just look up Yandev Cuphead and you will find that clip.
Someone who can repay the favor. Yandere-chan will be able to meet the delinquent's older brother, a man who was involved with organized crime, drug trafficking, organ trafficking, human trafficking, kidnapping, assassinations, a man who specializes exclusively in the most dangerous crimes. I imagine that he's part of an organization. He's not at the top, nor is he at the bottom. He's somewhere in the middle. I imagine that he has a boss, but also has people working for him.
Shala the Prinny sent a super chat. Should've, could've, wouldn't have, the Yandev story.
That should be the name of his memoirs. You should pass that along to him. Send him an email.
I haven't given him an official name yet, but I've been calling him...
Oh yeah, this guy's entire idea of Japanese culture is from anime, harem, brain rot, and hentai. It is.
The Yakuza. If a small town or street is added to the game, Yandere-chan would meet him in an alley. If the final game doesn't have a town or a street, then Yandere-chan would communicate with him exclusively through text messages, exactly like InfoChan. And much like InfoChan, he would offer a menu of services. He would provide everything that is too outlandish for InfoChan to be able to acquire, such as illegal weapons and hard drugs, both of which could be used to eliminate rivals more easily. The first favor he provides
What, you guys put cocaine in their school bag to get them expelled? I mean, that's not as fun.
Yandere-chan would be free as payback for helping his younger brother. But afterwards, if Yandere-chan continues to request his assistance, he would expect to be paid for his services. Paid with a special form of currency. Fresh, human bodies. Yandere-chan would follow the usual process of befriending someone, leading them into a storage room, tranquilizing them, putting them in an instrument case, and then transporting them out of school at midnight. But instead of taking them home, Yandere-chan would meet up with the Yakuza and hand over the victim. After delivering enough victims, the Yakuza would be willing to perform a favor.
So yes, he is talking about having an option in the game where you can drug and kidnap teenage girls and give them to a human trafficker. You know, in what was supposed to just be the funny meme anime Yandere game.
He could provide drugs or weapons, but he could also assist in the elimination of a rival. In exchange for enough bodies, the Yakuza would...
How excited do you think he was to get this artwork, guys? Yeah, they're gonna harvest her organs. Sure, Alex. Sure, Alex.
would be willing to kidnap one of Yandere-chan's rivals. Afterwards, her organs would be harvested and sold on the black market. Or perhaps she would be smuggled to an Eastern European country where she would meet a very morbid fate.
Staring directly into the camera like The Office right now. You definitely just wanted your Gooner fantasy.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. WTF, is he a yokai?
Is Alex a yokai? He might be. But yeah, oh, wouldn't it be super cool if you could sell teenage girls off to become sex slaves in Eastern Europe? Wouldn't that be a cool feature for my game, guys? It's just an idea, guys. I'm totally not gooning to this, guys. I totally didn't have my artist draw this for my goon folder.
The player would never see firsthand exactly what happens to the rivals that are abducted by the Yakuza.
I'm sure you'll be fascinating about it, fantasizing about it, whatever.
The most you would see is a text message confirming that the deed is
Davy
done.
Cliff sent a super chat. He refilled the chalice after seeing that art.
I disavow. God damn.
Some things are best left to the imagination. Each abduction would cost more than the last one.
Yeah, why did you just say some things are best left to the imagination? I'm breathing heavily as I write this. Teenage girls getting sex trafficked. It's just for my game though, guys. I'm not totally into it or anything.
The Yakuza would charge an absurd price to eliminate the final rival, Megami. But although it would be costly, it would still be an option. Through the Yakuza, Yandere-chan would be able to eliminate Megami without ever taking a step near her. Yandere Simulator will have multiple endings. The ending that the player gets...
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. He expects to be paid for his services. Is he talking about the Yakuza member, or the secretary/programmer/anyone useful he refuses to hire?
Good question.
Joe Oliver sent a super chat. Just ideas, nothing to see here.
Yeah, this is just an idea, you guys. Just an idea I had for an elimination method. It's totally innocuous. I'm gonna let you vote on it, but I would really like it in the game, though, guys.
will be determined by multiple factors. One of those factors is the elimination method that the player used most frequently. If the player's most frequently used elimination method was the Yakuza, this could lead to a very...
Majin Lifestyle sent a super chat. Yo guys, I just thought of an awesome gameplay mechanic. So let's say you're looking at Osana and we're like, I sure wish she was human trafficked.
I know, right? Like, this is like, again, why this should have just stayed a fucking meme game. There's a simple meme game where you have anime tropes you're making fun of, like, for God's sakes. Yeah, teenage girl would definitely get a full Yakuza tattoo and be allowed in the fucking gang without being molested. Yeah, sure, Alex, yeah.
Ending. The reason that I'm willing to consider adding the Yakuza to the game is because most of the mechanics necessary to add him are already in the game. Friendship mechanics, text messages, phone menus, and kidnapping mechanics. After the delinquents are added to the game, and each
even the kidnapping method was already questionable. You could kidnap girls and take them to Yan-chan's basement, which is weird because Japanese houses don't usually have basements. And she would torture them until they become like comatose and catatonic, and will just stab anyone you tell them to. So that was already a bit of a gooner red flag right there. But this just cinched it.
Each of them can offer a task to Yandere-chan. Adding the Yakuza would probably only require a trivial amount of work. You might be wondering, if the Yakuza has so many similarities to Info-chan, why even add him to the game? Wouldn't he be redundant? Allow me to repeat something that I mentioned earlier in the video. The purpose of the Yakuza would be to provide every type of service that Info-chan cannot provide. Yes, Yandere-chan would interact with the two of them in almost exactly the same way, but there would be no overlap whatsoever in the type of assistance that they offer. I really like the idea of adding this character to Yandere Simulator, because he was one of the first features ever suggested for the game.
By the way.
And because I think he sounds really cool. But, as I mentioned at the beginning of the—
Yeah, I think a guy who sex traffics teenage girls sounds really cool, guys. I really, really want to implement this, guys. But just, you know, just as a gameplay feature for no other possible reason.
Video, I'm extremely hesitant to plan or promise new features at this point in time. He would only be added to the game if I could confirm that the feature would require very little time and very few assets to be implemented.
You're right, it is 420.
And if the fanbase actually wants him. I'll put a poll in the video description so you can tell me whether or not you approve of this idea. But even if I'm certain that it won't take long to add him to the game, and even if the fanbase does want him, it's entirely possible that he won't be added to the game until after Osana is finished. Even if he's not guaranteed—
What, you mean adding new features after you finish the main gameplay loop like you should have done in the first fucking place, bro?
—need to be in the game, I just couldn't resist making a video about the subject, since the idea—
I couldn't resist wasting development time to make this video about an idea I might not even implement. And having my artist draw art for me of Osana being carted off by sex traffickers.
User 225 sent a super chat. Imagine Lily Orchard meeting Yandev in person. Would they box or would they bond over being predators?
I don't know if Lily's even ever heard of this guy. She doesn't seem very up on internet culture. Then again, she is kind of stuck in like 2012 or something. So yeah, he just couldn't resist making this video and having his fucking artist draw this shit for him. He just really wanted to talk about this idea of selling off teenage girls to human traffickers, guys. It's just not weird. Not weird.
And because I think he sounds really cool. But, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm extremely hesitant to plan or promise new features at this point in time. He would only be added to the game if I could confirm that the feature would require very little time and very few assets to be implemented, and if the fanbase actually wants him. I'll put a poll in the video description so you can tell me whether or not you approve of this idea. But even if I'm certain that it won't take long to add him to the game, and even if the fanbase does want him, it's entirely possible that he won't be added to the game until after Osana is
Reference
finished.
of a fish. I can't draw a fish from
Even
memory.
if he's not guaranteed to be in the game, I just couldn't resist making a video about the subject, since the idea has been in my head for so long. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for following the development of Yandere Simulator.
Let's see if this poll is still here. See what the results were. I'm gonna say I hate it. I hate this idea. Oh, God. 1,374 votes saying I love it. Even after seeing a gagged and bound crying teenage girl being carted off into a windowless van by 3 men. What a world. Are you coding, son? Are you coding, son? Yeah, I did hear that Lily's talking, like, bizarre smack. Was it on YouTube? I could probably report her video, actually. But, right now I'm gonna take a...
User 225 sent a super chat. Should I pay Lily Orchard $500 to play Yandere Sim, or should I pay Sai $500 to react to Lily Orchard's writing tips?
Now, see, you've said this before.
Era sent a super chat. Lily did some recent slander about you on stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out after my stream, but you have said that before. And recently we did find Lily's dummy joke writing tips that she tried to pretend were the joke writing tips all along. Like... So maybe. My only hesitance on that is I don't know how much I could fucking add to the writing tips. Everybody and their brothers talked about them. But I mean, if you guys really want to, we can. But I'm gonna take a break real quick to go feed the pets, and I will be right back. So just give me like 5 minutes.
Imagine yourself in the following situation. This is you, and this is every single message you've ever posted to the internet over the course of your entire life. Every forum post, every tweet, etc. Most of these messages are pretty harmless. However, a few of them make you look bad. Some of those messages might be something dumb you said when you were younger and less mature. Some of those messages might be something rude you said when you were in a bad mood. And some of those messages might only look bad without context. These embarrassing messages make up less than
User
1%
225
of everything
sent a
you've ever
super
done or
chat.
said
Wait,
over the
where's
course of
the
your
joke
life.
writing tips?
And none of those
Anyone?
messages accurately represent who you really are. However, imagine that someone decides to take all of these embarrassing moments from your past, put them into a list, and show that list to his friends. Then he claims that this list represents you. His friends believe him and develop a twisted mental image of you. They perceive you as a caricature of who you really are, with all of your flaws greatly exaggerated. Unfortunately for you, their hobby is ridiculing and shaming people, and they've decided that you would be a fun target. And so they start stalking you. They follow you everywhere you go, taking pictures of you, recording videos of you, and digging through your
Angels Art
trash
and
to look
Gaming
for
sent
anything
a super
embarrassing
chat.
you might
Sigh.
have thrown away.
Come back.
Sometimes they even try to directly provoke you, because they think it's funny if they get a reaction out of you. You might try to speak with them and explain that they have the wrong idea about you.
Sorry, the video auto-played. Sorry about that, guys. I must have hit a button when I went on break. I'm sorry you had to hear Yandere Dev's disembodied voice in your brains while I was, tending to the pets. Oh my god, that's really funny. I was wondering why chat was going crazy.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. If she makes this in a vid, Yandev yapping during the break needs to be included.
Damn it, this is the hate and shame video though. This is the big one. But yeah, I was coming back to my computer and I was like, man, chat's really popping. I wonder why they're going crazy. And then I started hearing a voice, so then I realized the video was autoplay.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. I hate.
Oh, it didn't say the rest of it, but yeah, Yandere SMR. Yeah, I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't do it on purpose, at least.
Hazard sent a super chat. Oh goodness, I forgot how many odd ideas he thought of at the time. The game to me felt like it was becoming clustered mess.
And that's the thing, every time he thought of a new Easter egg, he had to put it in. And then he was like, but I can't work on the game because you're sending me too many emails. And it's like, what? Also, are some of you messing with that old poll? I just saw I hate it rise up to, like, 2nd rank. Are you guys interacting with this now? You weirdos?
Vex sent a super chat. All I got from that last video was blah blah teenage girls get kinda aped blah blah.
Yeah, right. Like, oh god, he just clearly wanted to have that in the game as like some gooner shit. Like, there's just no goddamn way he didn't. Ugh, good thing I coughed. I'm starting to sound a little more clear now. Anyway, so this is the hate and shame video. This is a re-upload. I don't remember exactly when he uploaded this. It might have been 2019, 2020.
User 225 sent a super chat. Sai, can you link to the Joe Clearly Orchard tips?
Oh, let me see if I pinned them in the Lily Thunderdome. If you do join my Discord, we have a place called the Lily Thunderdome, where I usually trap any of her little sycophants that come through. No, we had... they're on an archive somewhere. Somebody found them recently. I think they're on Tumblr. Yeah, it's a little much to try to look for them right now.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. Let's try again. I hate Yandere SMR.
Yay! Worked that time. Thank you for another super chat. I don't know why it paused out on you the last time. But, if somebody else has those on hand, though, and wants to post it in chat, I'll post it in the YouTube chat. But yeah. Yeah, it's General 2, Electric Boogaloo. Like, we have the Lily chat, but it rapidly becomes General number 2 a lot of the time. Everyone just hangs out in there and talks about various things. We'll start sharing recipes, or talking about fucking, I don't know, anime in the Lily chat. It's chaos in my server. I wouldn't have it any other way. I just thought being a wuss and actually sketch, too. Like, right before they unfuse, they're gonna be, like, squeezed by these vines that have hibiscus and roses on them. I wonder what that could mean. Oh my god, is she still going on about that? Like, she still thinks me accurately stating the events of Revolutionary Girl Utena means I'm like a nonce, when she was out there writing fucking Stockholm. Like, dude, come on. You shouldn't throw stones in glass houses, Lily. You're embedded with glass at this point.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. I think the SC system just hates periods.
It might. I do my super chat TTS through Stream Elements, though, so that could be part of it, too. We're gonna raid. I don't know how to set up a raid, other than say, go bother Lily after you're done with me. We're probably gonna go on for like another hour, though. I did watch a little bit of Cold Lyoko. It was okay. I didn't really like the style of it very much, to be honest. Fucking French anime. Anyway, so this was a video Yandev released to complain about people trolling him and criticizing him. And once again, he represents himself with an anime girl to make you feel more sympathy. And this video is certainly something else. I don't even want to, like, speed it up. It's just, we gotta hear this whole thing. Lily got into voice acting in response to your voice acting and wanting to hug that gator. She's so obsessed with you. Yeah, I've kind of thought that too. Like, I don't want to be like, you know, I'm so vain, I think this bad voice acting is about me. But, and it's like, I did Wani on a whim too, just because Kaiser sent it to me and I said, okay, Kaiser, you bought me the game, I'll do at least one stream on it. And then we just kept going because it was funny and I was enjoying it. And then I was doing all these funny voices and it became a thing. It was great. I'm going into Inko right now a little bit. My voice is still kind of shot today though.
Ricky_or_Robin, Shooting Star, Wilter Flower, sent a super chat. I usually start yapping about JoJo and they're my bad.
That's okay. We've just accepted that the Lily Thunderdome is just chaos incarnate. It's fine. Where we occasionally bitch about Lily. So anyway, imagine yourself, guys. Imagine this happening to you. And I should probably actually just try to sketch and stop being a wuss. I hate people watching me sketch. But I'll be over here trying to draw Wolfie's reaction to Vine's, crawling around her. And maybe I had at least one panel of them coming up her arms. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm doing this page. I'm gonna just winging it.
In the following situation. This is you.
Well, that's okay, Gloomy Fishy. You came for one of the best ones, the Hate and Shame video. We just went over the Yakuza video, because... Jesus Christ.
And this is every single message you've ever posted to the internet over the course of your entire life. every forum post, every tweet, etc. Most of these messages are pretty harmless. However,
Thomas Horton sent a super chat. Would you call a French anime a weeaboo show? Lol.
I should ban you just for that pun. I'm kidding. Thank you for the super chat.
a few of them make you look bad. Some of those messages might be something dumb you said when you were younger and less mature. Some of those messages might be something rude you said when you were in a bad mood. And some of those messages might only look bad without context. These embarrassing messages make up less than 1% of everything you've ever done or said over the course of your life, and none of those messages accurately represent who you really are. However, imagine that someone decides to take all of these embarrassing moments from your
This is us, guys, over here. This is us.
past, put them into a list, and show that list to his friends. Then he claims that this list represents you. His friends believe him and develop a twisted mental image of you. They perceive you as a caricature of who you really are.
This is, again, the lol cow gene. Lily is like this, too. Like, no, you all just gather together and just take me out of context and make up lies about me when all people are doing is just criticizing shit you actually do.
With all of your flaws greatly exaggerated. Unfortunately for you, their hobby is ridiculing and shaming people, and they've decided that you would be a fun target.
Yeah, and again, Lily says the same thing, like, oh, their whole life is dedicated to just trolling me, and it's like, no, it really isn't. I just like laughing at you on stream, and people give me money for it, Lily. It's really not that deep. You are a piece of shit, though. She's on her own stream bad-mouthing me today, so turnabout's fair play.
And so they start stalking you. They follow you everywhere you go, taking pictures of you, recording
Ed
videos.
Stevens sent a super chat. Been rewatching That's So Raven and it is way better than Braceface.
It is! Didn't she try to compare the two? Like, bullshit, Braceface is anywhere near as good as That's So Raven. Fuck off, Lily. Anyway. Yeah, this is definitely exactly like people criticizing you on the internet, being stalked and photographed in real life as a young anime girl. Definitely the same thing, Alex.
Those of you, and digging through your trash to look for anything embarrassing you might have thrown away.
Reference.
Sometimes
image
they
open.
even try to directly provoke you, because they think it's funny if they get a reaction
Poking you with sticks.
out of you. You might try to speak with them and explain that they have the wrong idea about you. You might try to explain that they're developing a false image of who you are. However, when you try to do this, they'll just laugh at you.
They laugh at you because it isn't a false image of who you are. They are criticizing things you actually do, and you're just trying to go, no, I can't be the bad one. You're the bad one. You're just bullying me, and you're biased, and it's fake news. And here we go. I needed my own reference of my own character design here, but.
You see, they don't care at all about getting to know the real you. They want to maintain their twisted perception of you because they're having a lot of fun ridiculing and shaming this image of you that exists in their minds. Even if you make it perfectly clear that you are 100% willing to answer any questions they have, they simply won't ever contact you to get your side
Do we know I'm the real me? That's a real deep question, you know.
of the story. They're not interested in any information that might debunk the narrative they want to believe in. They've placed you into a category, and once you're in that category, they're convinced that you belong there forever.
Guys, fucking Chris Chan and DSP are here. My dude, my guy, you are the one who asked your artist to specifically put you in comparison to Chris Chan and DSP. Two people who are made fun of for very, very good reasons.
Forever. They are also convinced that you don't deserve any empathy or compassion whatsoever, and that the only thing you deserve is mockery and humiliation. If you try to explain that they've miscategorized you,
It's like, no, you're mistaken. I'm definitely not anything like Chris Chan or DSP.
I don't know, I started out like Jersey Mom and then ended up in Mia. I don't know where I'm going with this voice, but
And I'm like, no, you got it all wrong. I can't be a lol cow.
But listen, this is the same thing Lily tries to do. No one would just go after a random person minding their own business. Nobody would do that, because what the fuck would be the point of it? You know, if you get to this level of low cowdom, you have done something, you know?
You, and that you're not any of the things they think you are, you're only going to be ridiculed further. You might try to prove that they're wrong about you by remaining on your best behavior for as long as possible, but it won't help. Anytime you ever say anything, no matter how harmless, they will interpret what you've said in the most negative manner possible.
No, guys, I just said I wanted a gameplay feature where you could sell teenage girls into sex trafficking. It's not weird.
They'll even stretch the truth as far as they possibly can, so they can continue believing that you are the monster they want you to be. For example, let's say you announce that you're going on a diet, but once a month you allow yourself to have a single piece of candy. They will stalk you and take pictures of you on the one day when you're eating a candy bar, make a collage of those pictures, and then claim that you're a fat pig who is constantly eating candy.
What the fuck is even this analogy? Like, this doesn't even happen in real life, bro. Like, what? Like, this is the best you could come up with to try to, like, say, no, this is why they're wrong about me. They're just clipping me out of context, you know, as I scream and pound my desk because I'm losing at Cuphead.
Even though the pictures are real, the conclusion they are trying to reach is false. Let's say that you announce that you're going to stop eating junk food, but in a selfie that you posted to Twitter, there's a candy wrapper in the background. They'll conclude that you've been eating candy. But if they simply spoke to you, they'd learn that you frequently have guests over at your house, and that you keep some snacks around in case your guests get hungry.
This is so contrived. And yeah, every fat ass makes that excuse. No, I just have candy bars in my house for my friends. I'm totally not secretly eating them myself. But, you know, like, oh, God. Like, what is even this analogy? And you made an artist draw all this stupid bullshit for you. For free.
Everything they believe about you could be debunked if they simply spoke to you and asked for an explanation. But they have no interest in doing that. They only want to believe whatever allows them to continue talking trash about you. No matter what your profession is, they will convince themselves that you're bad at it. If you're an artist, they'll claim that you're bad at painting. If you're a chef, they'll claim that you're bad at cooking. And if you're a programmer, they'll claim that you're bad at writing code.
And if you're secure about any of these things, it won't matter and you could just ignore them. But you're not secure about it, are you? And you know you're a bad coder who refuses to learn to get any better or let anybody help you.
Of course, you can explain why you chose to use acrylic paint instead of oil paint, or why you chose to use margarine instead of butter, or why you chose to use if-else instead of switch case.
If-else is definitely the margarine of coding. You are correct, Yandere Dev, but not for the reasons you think you are.
But they won't ever bother to ask you. They're not interested in hearing your side of the story. They're only interested in having a narrative that facilitates shame and ridicule. You might say to yourself, oh, who cares if there's a bunch of weirdos who gossip about me? Who cares if they believe a bunch of nonsense that isn't true? Whatever.
Yeah, I say that to all the dipshits on Twitter who come after me, yeah. You can totally do that, Alex. It's possible.
I'm just going to ignore it. Well, it would be really nice if the story ended there, but it doesn't. These people aren't content to simply gossip with each other. They don't just want to talk trash about you, they want everyone else to talk trash about
Bean
you
sent
too.
a super chat. Mental handicap or divine intellect. Call it.
Like, I suppose those two could seem like the same thing on the surface, couldn't they? Yes.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. TLDR. Too much candy, not enough soup or bread.
Bread. Everybody slap some Senchis on screen. He's free on the stickers.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. This vid is definitely laced with salt.
Yeah, you ain't cooking, Alex. You put in too much salt. Put in too much salt and margarine.
And so they will invade websites. Tumblr, Reddit, YouTube. They'll make blog posts, forum threads, and videos about you, painting a nasty, ugly picture of you, depicting you as an exaggerated caricature of who you really are. and they will try their absolute best to convince people that you are a monster who deserves shame and punishment. Unfortunately, there will be people who will fall for it and start.
Yeah, I'm just completely innocent, and people just fall for the lies and come and bother me for absolutely no reason at all.
To believe everything they hear about you, no matter how ridiculous or outlandish it is. After enough people have been convinced that you're an awful, terrible person who deserves to be ridiculed and scorned, you will begin to receive harassment, prank calls, weird things.
Silver Heart Soul sent a super chat, you know. As a kid I got bored and stopped watching this when it came out. Now years later, I can't believe how ungodly cringe this shit is.
I know, right? Like he made a whole 20 fucking minute video, like, making excuses for why people criticize him. Now, if he actually did get prank phone calls and shit mailed to his house, that's not cool. But people just,
Roxana Nava sent a super chat, let's send cheap bread heals from this cringe.
Oh man, I bet Senchi's bread is the best too. But yeah, like, yeah, if he actually got, like, prank phone calls and shit mailed to his house, that's not cool, that's too far. But if people are just criticizing you and laughing at you online because you're doing stupid shit, bro, come on now.
Weird things being mailed to your house, getting spammed with pictures of animal abuse and bestiality, being stalked in real life.
Well, that's just the internet, bro.
They'll try to get all your social media accounts banned, and they'll even call the police and try to convince them to send the SWAT team to your.
I don't think he ever was swatted. Now he's talking in generalities, I think. You also should not swat people. That's not cool. Don't waste police time. It's not a funny joke. It's dangerous and a waste of government funds.
Your house. They'll do everything they can think of to make your life a living hell. Some people will even impersonate you and behave badly in your name.
I don't know why this image makes me laugh so much, but just with the happy
Deadman
anime
Max
girl
sent
mask.
a super chat, the amount of copium in this is insane.
Oh yeah,
Crying face.
That's where all his Patreon money went. He just bought, like, just entire, like, just canisters of copium to huff.
To try and harm your reputation even more. If you ever attempt to defend yourself or clear up misunderstandings, you will be laughed at. If you ever express anger at the people who are tormenting you, you will be laughed at. If you ever try to put a stop to the smear campaign against you, you will be laughed at.
So you ignore them. If you're not doing anything wrong, and you're definitely secure in yourself, you can ignore them. But you're neither of those, so you're definitely doing wrong things, and you're definitely not secure in yourself, so this bothers you. And if they were really just bothering you for no goddamn reason at all, which they weren't, you could easily ignore them, and then they would get bored and move on. You know?
No matter what you do, they will always invent some new reason to keep ridiculing you and harassing you. Well, if we're going to keep talking about these people, we need a name for them. We can't call them trolls because many of them aren't interested in provoking you directly. We can't call them liars because they...
Oh, they're not even provoking you directly, even though you're comparing it to real-life stalking? These are just people talking about you online. That's what you mean. Remember that Alex, like, paid $6,000 for the Yandere Simulator subreddit so he could go in there and just ban anyone criticizing him? Like, seriously, bro.
Actually believe all of the ridiculous things they say about you. And when they try to paint a twisted picture of you...
Oh man, you guys can't see this beautiful art because the fucking Accio sticker is on screen. Alright, it's almost... There we go. Look at this beautiful portrait.
Using cherry-picked information and out-of-context screenshots, they are technically using words...
Out of context. Yeah, June the King does have a video on Yandev, and it's very, very good. It's from all the way from his old internet history up until the recent controversy of him talking to a teenager. I highly recommend it. If you want to sink your teeth into something that will give you a preview of what June's Lily Orchard video might be like, definitely go watch the Yandev one. I love June's stuff. I followed him long before I even became a YouTuber.
Words you've actually said. And we can't call them critics, because they aren't judging you, they are judging a twisted image of you that only exists inside their imaginations. So, what do we call them? Well, during World War II, there was a series of workplace safety posters that featured...
So what do we call these internet people bothering me? Well, during World War II... What a segue.
...little creatures called gremlins. Gremlins were depicted sabotaging aircraft and machinery. Because these people are sabotaging your life, we'll call them gremlins for short. Now, think back to the first sentence of this video. Imagine yourself in the following situation. Have you been imagining how you would feel if you were in this girl's position?
Guys, have you been imagining how you would feel if you were in this completely contrived situation that does not reflect real life or internet criticism whatsoever?
How do you think you would handle it? You might say, I would handle it with dignity and grace.
I would, as I always do. I'm being very graceful and dignified right now.
Wouldn't let them get to me. I'd prove them all wrong. Well, that's how everyone imagines they would handle a difficult situation. But in reality, it's not that simple. If you are treated like garbage for an...
In reality, if you're a complete fuck-up with no social awareness, you're going to handle this very, very badly.
...extended period of time, it's going to affect your mood. You're going to become stressed out. You're going to become frustrated. You're going to become depressed. Over time, your original personality will melt away and be replaced with an angry and bitter attitude.
It sounds like you need a fucking therapist then.
Anger will cloud your judgment. Sometimes you'll be rude to people. Sometimes you'll lose your temper.
Yeah, sometimes you'll fucking scream like this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you might lose your temper sometimes, guys.
Sometimes you'll get caught up in drama. You might find yourself saying nasty things that normally you would never say. This will make the gremlins very happy, because it provides them with new material to gossip about. And
yeah, so you'll just keep making an ass of yourself online, and then they'll keep talking about it. Yeah, maybe don't do that. Like maybe just don't.
And it convinces them that their beliefs are valid. It's ironic, because if it wasn't for their constant harassment, your mental health never would have deteriorated in the first place. It's very easy...
It's your fault I keep giving you content to laugh at with my stupid antics. It's your fault.
...to explain how a gremlin thinks. Their goal is to say abusive things about other people. But first, they require justification, so they can feel like their target deserves it.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Size best Gremlin.
I'm a Gremlin, yes. There you go. That's the preferred word for me now. But yeah, so what would their justification be for bothering you in particular, Alex? I do wonder this.
Whenever you do anything, they will view you through a warped lens that twists you into an exaggerated caricature of who you really are. They will perceive everything you do as cringy or lazy or evil or whatever else they want.
Well, you have been cringy, you have been lazy, and then you also wanted to implement a feature where you could sell teenage girls into sex trafficking, so that's kind of evil.
Want to see in you. They will ignore facts, logic, reality, truth, and counter evidence
I thought I clicked back on my program.
Perceiving you the way they wish to see you. The way they portray you will lead others to harass you, which will affect the way you behave.
You're getting subliminal messages that say, play Yandere Simulator, play Yandere Simulator, play Yandere Simulator.
Which will provide them with more reasons to ridicule you. It becomes a self-sustaining cycle. Does this scenario sound like hell yet?
Yeah, no, that's just you, Alex. Exactly. Just like Lily. Just like Chris Chan. They always try to extrapolate criticism people say about them specifically into some universal problem, and then justify why it's not their fault.
Well, it's about to get even worse. Let's say that you're working on a big project. I mean, a seriously ambitious project. I really can't overstate how huge the scope of this project is.
You might say very overly ambitious, and then refusing to ask for help from anyone, and then when you do get a contract with Tiny Build, completely abandoning it because you couldn't understand the code anymore. Yeah. Alex, that's you!
It's going to take you multiple years to finish simply because that's how large and complex this project is. There are hundreds of thousands of people watching you because they want to see your project succeed. But right in the middle of the project, a bunch of gremlins decide that you are going to be their next target. After multiple years...
Yeah, and again, this locale gene idea that people just rove the internet looking for random innocent people to fuck with. And I mean, yeah, maybe there are some people like that, but overall, when you're this infamous on the internet, you have done something. I'm sorry, there's no other way around it.
Years of being tormented and harassed in a variety of ways, you'll become severely depressed. You won't be able to find the motivation to keep working as much as you did before.
Mystic Blue sent a super chat. I have the weirdest desire to give him a wedgie.
Yeah, you just want to give him a wedgie or shove him in a locker or put his head in a toilet. You just built that way, I guess. But yeah, it's like, I can't work on the game, guys, because my critics keep talking about me. Even if they're not directly addressing me or bothering me at all and are just talking about me somewhere, that bothers me and I can't work on that game, guys.
Your productivity will plummet. This will make the gremlins very happy, because now they can accuse you of being lazy or incompetent or a scam artist or whatever other fantasies they invent. It's ironic because if it wasn't for their smear campaign, your productivity never would have declined in the first place.
So just another excuse for why he's not working on the game. First it's emails. Then it's having to wait for volunteers to give him free shit.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. You know, the S-traffic element could work if Yandere-chan worked in opposition to them. No. If Osana is to die, she must die by my hand.
I don't know, I just feel like you just shouldn't put that in any form of entertainment. It's like, yeah, because like, even if you're doing like, even if you're doing like a dark movie or show or game or something, it comes to a point where you have to remind yourself, this is still entertainment, you know? So, I wonder if I can mail my bones and teeth to Alex. Would he take it as a gift or harassment? I think getting a box full of human teeth, most people would take that as harassment or a threat, but you never know.
Your supporters won't understand why you're not as productive as you used to be, and they will begin to doubt you. They will look for an explanation, discover the gremlin propaganda, and fall for it. Slowly, your former supporters will start to turn into gremlins. Let's say you're...
Oh no, they're gonna turn into gremlins!
Mystic Blue sent a super chat. Insert Okira movie scene with Tetsuo beating the shit out of that rival gang biker.
They're going a little too far there, yeah. He's like, oh god, they're turning my fans into other gremlins like a horde of Borg! No, what do I do? I mean, if your fans who have supported you up to this point are believing the quote-unquote lies about you.
Do sent a super chat. How to be lolcowed 101.
Yeah, Mystic Blue loves Akira. We talk about it a lot. I have all the comics. I love it too. But not as much.
Lazarus sent a super chat. Alex is the prime example that bullying works. You just know he wasn't bullied enough in high school, so he thinks he's the normal one.
He was primarily homeschooled, which also explains a lot. And I think he went to high school for like the last couple of years of it or something. But yeah, basically he's upset his high school experience wasn't like his Japanese animes. I think he had a post ages ago saying, I'm no longer the age of my favorite anime characters. This is so depressing. But it's like, dude, nobody has a high school experience like that. It's fucking fiction written by adults. You know, like you gotta stop seeing high school in media and thinking that's what it's like in real life. Because it's just a bunch of adults idealizing that time in their lives, you know?
Working on a project that relies heavily on receiving feedback from people. So you interact with your fans all the time to get their feedback. You have thousands of interactions, and most of them are pleasant. But maybe 1% of them are negative. The Gremlins could compile a collage of just the times when you had negative interactions and try to depict you as someone who can't take
Rock
criticism.
Josiah sent a super chat. Lily and Alex both seem to have the idea that fans have to always stay fans. Like it's a damned pledge of loyalty till you drop dead.
That's true, because like Lily was saying that in her Patreon audio. Go look up that video of mine. It's a fucking hoot. But she was like, "Oh, people just drop in and leave all the time." It's like, yeah, Lily, that's having a fan base. I'm sorry they're not gonna stick around and slavishly worship you forever. Like, I can't even keep track of half the people in my community. I'm like, some people don't even care about my Steven Universe art that I'm drawing right now. I don't give a shit.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. Roald Dahl must be rolling in his grave with Yandev utilizing the Gremlins from his World War II book he wrote for Disney like that.
Did he invent that? Did Roald Dahl invent the Gremlin thing? Sounds like something he would. I know he was an anti-Semite and all, but I still like his children's books. Not everybody's perfect, I guess. Anyway. Oh, we got a blank super chat or a super sticker.
Super chat.
Thank you.
If enough people are tricked into believing this Gremlin propaganda, people...
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. I was homeschooled all my life. I dodged a Yandev.
Okay, I'm not saying that homeschooling is always bad, but you do come out a little socially different if you're homeschooled. I used to make fun of an old coworker for that, because he was like, one day he mentioned he was homeschooled, and I just stared at him and said, "Ah, yeah, that explains a lot." And he was like, "Shut the fuck up," you know? Oops, I just clicked on the
Who
wrong
will
tab.
stop providing you with feedback and criticism, and your project will suffer. This is just one of the many ways the Gremlins can indirectly sabotage your project, even if they never speak to you directly. Tabloid magazines are small newspapers filled with gossip about celebrities. The stories in tabloid magazines are often false, and the headlines are designed to be as sensational and outrageous as possible, in order to grab people's interest.
You are not a fucking mega celebrity. Even the movie star is dying, Alex, so, like, yeah, this didn't age well.
It's like clickbait from before the internet existed. Celebrities
Yeah, analog clickbait.
usually ignore tabloids and don't bother to respond to the ridiculous claims inside of them. Tabloids are widely considered to be trashy entertainment for a lowbrow audience.
Oh, that coworker was fun, the one I was making fun of for being homeschooled. He was like this really skinny blonde dude. I used to work with him at GameStop, and me and him were working the Duke Nukem Forever midnight launch. Like, nobody came to that except some regulars just to hang out. And he was dressed up as Duke Nukem, but he was like a skinny guy, so we started calling him Drook Nukem. Instead of saying he was Duke Nukem's illegitimate son. It was a good time. That was just a story I remembered right now. Anyway, I want to see what Mandy Corin just said. Him juxtaposing all of these things in such a non-chronological order only sets to further make all of the criticism seem opaque enough to seem like it is needless hate and not people with actual evidence of his porn-addicted habits, unreasonable behavior to fans, and his obsession with making his fantasy life an anime where he gets all the girls who are underage and have huge chests and love him endlessly just because he lacks any desire to find a real-life relationship instead of parasocial ones. Yeah. So, he really wants real life to be like his Japanese animes. It's really kind of pathetic.
Unfortunately, there is a YouTube equivalent of...
Oh, his only IRL job he had was working for a small, like, mobile game developer, and he was salty he wasn't immediately, like, the lead model guy, and he had to, like, you know, start at the bottom like everyone does.
Tabloid magazines. Channels that are dedicated to ridiculing and shaming other people. These YouTubers make money by degrading,
Hey guys, it's me. I'm always wearing shades when I'm streaming.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. For doing the S-traffic angle, I had pictured a side quest of Yandere-chan utterly destroying the Yakuza. Move the game back to its slow random routes.
That could
Mystic
be.
Blue sent a super chat. Wait, Gremlin propaganda? Was it from the gnome in Night War?
Is that a reference to something, or are you just being silly? Because it's kind of a funny statement on its own. What does this all say? Gossip drama, gossip drama, gossip drama, ridicule, 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 shame, shame, ridicule, gossip drama. That's me every stream is just me going, drama, drama, gossip drama, shame, ridicule, drama, drama, gossip drama.
Facing and defaming others. Eventually, these YouTubers will hear what the gremlins are saying about you, and then they will start making videos about you. It doesn't benefit them to portray
Uh-oh, guys, I'm making a video about him right now. I guess I am a gremlin.
You with accuracy and honesty. It benefits them to exaggerate your flaws and depict you as a cartoonish caricature of who you really are, because that would be more entertaining and will result in more clicks and views, maximizing their ad revenue.
Eyes first.
If they really were interested in telling the truth,
Maximizing their ad revenue. Well, Lily says the same thing, but joke's on you, I get most of my money through super chats, so when you copyright strike me, I've already made the fucking money, Lily.
then they would contact you directly and ask you for your side of the story. However, none of them will ever do this. Lengthy character assassination videos smearing your reputation will flood the internet.
Olivia would definitely be the type of person Alex would hate. She would have donated to the Kickstarter at first, and then she would have, like, turned into a total hater. So yeah, she would be trolling him.
Spreading the gremlin propaganda to hundreds of thousands of people. This will lead to further harassment. But more importantly, it will cause your supporters to turn against you. Your friends will stop hanging out with you.
If your friends are gonna stop hanging out with you and your supporters are gonna stop supporting you over things just people say on the internet, like, maybe you actually did those things, though, like, maybe there's proof that you did those things, and that's why all these people are leaving.
Stop receiving fan mail and start receiving hate mail. The people
I thought you hated fan mail!
who were financially supporting your project will withdraw their donations. The people you relied on for assistance will abandon you.
Maybe they're withdrawing their donations because you've been, like, fucking plucking at this game for years and making no progress and refuse to hire people to work with you, even though you're getting $5,000 a month.
Your remaining fans will also be attacked and harassed until they stop supporting you.
Do you think he saved any of that money when he was getting $5,000 a month? Do you think he invested it wisely or kept it in a high-yield savings account? Probably not, huh? I bet he's broke.
Although celebrities don't even bother to respond to tabloid magazines, you don't have that luxury. Everything is falling apart for you. You are being stalked and harassed every day. Everything you've worked hard to build is crumbling, and the people you rely on are abandoning you.
Oh, you're right. He spent it on his crippling milk addiction. You're correct.
This isn't a matter of mean words on the internet hurting your feelings. Your reputation is being torn to shreds because of misinformation. This is not only jeopardizing your project, but also the rest of your career, and by extension, the rest of your life. This isn't something you can just ignore. Staying silent is not an option. You have no choice but to speak directly to your audience and address everything that's been happening to you.
Like in this video right now, where I try to gaslight you into thinking I didn't do anything wrong. Look at this cute anime girl who is a stand-in for me. Feel bad for her, guys.
But what if the act of speaking about your experiences actually makes things worse?
Yeah, did this video make things worse for you, Alex? I wonder, because this is a re-upload on somebody else's channel, so I think it might have made things worse for you, dude.
Some people enjoy gossip and drama, but other people think it's trashy to spend your time ridiculing and shaming people. A certain portion...
Are we trashy, guys? Maybe we're just rolling around in the trash together right now, but hey, we're having a good time.
...of your audience will have no interest in rumors, drama, or trashy videos. If that portion of your...
Yeah, guys, we're just sitting here playing with discarded candy wrappers and used needles and and rotten food. We're having a good time.
Audience is the majority, then things will turn out okay. But if that portion of your audience is the minority, then you're in trouble. You have no clue how much of your audience has been exposed to the drama. Maybe it's 90%. Maybe it's 50%. Or maybe it's only 10%.
Yeah, geez, if only 10% of your audience even knows about the drama, maybe you should just shut your fucking mouth about it and ignore it instead of broadcasting it to all of them with this stupid fucking video that just makes you look worse.
If you speak to your audience about what's been happening to you, you will be exposing 100% of them to the drama.
Davy Cliff sent a super chat. I think hitting on a 16-year-old is trashy.
Yeah, bringing it back around to the real issue here, huh? Davy, Jesus. Yeah, in the end, he fucking was, like, on voice calls with a teenage girl hitting on her and talking about how he missed out on his high school experience. And oh, poor him. If only he had been able to fuck teenage girls as a teenage boy, oh no.
A lot of them will become curious and go looking for Gremlin propaganda to learn what it's all about. Some of them will dismiss what they find, but others will swallow the Gremlin propaganda without a second thought and stop supporting you. So just the act of talking about it could make your situation far worse than it already is. Or maybe the worst outcome will only happen if you don't address the rumors and lies.
Maybe you should have thought about all of this before you, like, fucking recorded this video, though, bro.
Maybe you should tell your audience what's going on. It's impossible to know the right course of action because there's no way to know how much of your audience is the type of person who can be swayed by tabloid-style content. There's also...
Yeah, your fans are all just mindless automatons that are there to, like, be loyal to you forever, who can just be swayed so easily by other people. Like just fucking sand on the wind or something, I don't know. I was trying to come up with a good analogy, and that's what came out.
Also, another factor to consider. Gremlins crave attention more than anything else. So the moment you publicly...
I don't crave attention sitting here with 500 people watching me right now. No, come on, no.
Acknowledge them, they will experience orgasmic pleasure, and they will increase...
What? That one might have to be one for the soundboard. Let's go back and hear that again.
The moment you publicly acknowledge them, they will experience orgasmic pleasure.
Let's hear that one more time, guys. Let's slow that down a little bit. We're really gonna let that one sink in.
The moment you publicly acknowledge them, they will experience orgasmic pleasure.
Turn that one into a breakcore mix. I don't know. Where the fuck did that come from? This is getting just like Lily. With Lily being like, "Are my critics just want to
Master
fuck me?"
Clockwork sent a super chat. He makes a lot of, oral comments.
Yeah, porn addiction. Yeah.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. ORGASMICPLEASURE.
I like how it spelled it out like that. Yeah, he was the one feeling orgasmic pleasure at the idea of people, like, wanting his attention. What an awful ejaculation of words from Alex. That is... Yeah.
And they will increase their activity in an attempt to make you keep acknowledging them. In other words, simply mentioning them could add fuel to the fire and make your situation worse. Also, if you publicly acknowledge the drama, you will keep the drama fresh.
So what do we have here? For Alex, we have gremlins. For Lily, we have stalkers. For DSP, we have detractors. And I guess Christian just says trolls. Everybody has a different name for their critics. I think I just say haters. I don't know.
Will probably result in more tabloid-style videos from people who want to capitalize on what's happening to you. And finally, there's one last thing you need to consider. It's possible that attempting to clear your name might be a complete waste of time, because the people who hate you will simply refuse to listen to anything you say. It's not fun.
Yeah, if they're just laughing at you and not listening to you, you can just ignore them, bro, especially if you're not doing anything wrong, but we know you were doing everything wrong, so, and this is why this bothers you so much.
To admit when you're wrong. But it is fun to ride a hate bandwagon and use abusive language. They don't want to lose the—
Okay, I'm not gonna pretend there aren't people who will just jump on a bandwagon of somebody getting shit and while not even, like, knowing the backstory. Yeah, there definitely are people like that, but you can also ignore them. Oh no, some guy got, like, 2 views on Twitter saying you're a fuckhead. You can just ignore that. You know, you can. It's possible.
The ability.
Oh, we got another super chat coming.
Lazarus sent a super chat. Is this a video about how he's saying that he shouldn't give any attention to the group of people he's making the video about?
Yeah, Lazarus, that about sums it up. Yes, correct. Thank you for your super chat. If I had a nickel for every time I did a stream on a YouTuber I used to watch and admire before finally looking into their drama and stop supporting them, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's weird it happened twice, right? Well, I hope you weren't into Shadiversity, because I'm going to do him eventually, too.
To ridicule you and shame you because they're having way too much fun doing it. So they will convince themselves that anything you say in your defense is a lie. In other words, there is absolutely nothing you could ever do that would make them change their minds about you.
So ignore them. If they got nothing on you and they're lying, ignore them. Not hard.
For all of these reasons, it might be a huge mistake to even acknowledge the drama. But you're at your limit.
It might be a huge mistake to acknowledge the drama, I say 19 minutes into this video where I'm acknowledging the drama.
It's impossible for you to be productive or make progress on your project when you feel like you don't have a future anymore.
Skill issue.
You need to talk with your audience and explain what kind of situation you're in. It might sound something like this. I'm the target of a smear campaign, and I'm receiving daily harassment because of misinformation and lies. Everything I've built is in jeopardy because there are people who are spreading a false narrative and portraying me as someone I'm not.
Everything I've built is in jeopardy because some people are talking shit about me on the internet. This is very serious and important, guys, and I totally didn't do anything wrong. Just ignore that I still have a video up on my account that I never took down about the possibility of selling teenage girls into sex trafficking in my game. I'm definitely not a weirdo.
Is this really how my project dies? Is it really this easy for internet gossip to destroy years of work? I need to know if there's a reason to keep going. I need to know if I'm already doomed or if I should keep pushing forward. I need to know how many people out there will turn on someone because of internet slander. When you hear rumors and gossip, do you roll your eyes and ignore it? Or do you actually take it seriously and let it twist your opinions?
I mean, it depends. If somebody comes to me saying, so-and-so did this, the first thing I say is, okay, what's the evidence? I remember I got, like, a fucking message a while ago of someone saying, Caveman Manam is totally, like, screwing over artists and being bad. I'm like, okay, where's your evidence? And they never answered, and somebody else told me, yeah, there is no evidence of that. And I said, yeah, that's what I figured. So, yeah. So, yeah, first thing I ask when somebody says somebody got in trouble, okay, what's the evidence? Show me the incident itself. I want to see the hard facts and make my own decision. You know, and some people are going to do that, Alex, and they're going to say, wow, this guy's a fucking freak. I'm not going to support him anymore.
The people who are attacking me are not a credible source of information. They grasp at straws and stretch the truth to depict me as something I'm not. They allow themselves to be tricked by impersonators. They judge me for things I said over a decade ago. They take my statements out of context. They make up outlandish theories and pretend that
Gloomy
their
Fish
theories...
sent a super chat. Bro talks like a TTS.
Everyone's been saying that this entire time. I think to him, this is how he tries to sound like calm and rational and be a good orator, but yeah, he just sounds creepy and like a TTS. It's very strange. And someone in chat just said, sometimes you shouldn't follow your dreams. That is actually a very true statement. I mean, you can have a dream, it can be a good dream, but you just might not have the talent or resources to make it happen, and sometimes you just gotta accept that, you know? But he had resources. He could have hired people to help him make this fucking game, but he had to control everything, and he's a freaky weirdo, and he's an angry misanthropic person, and...
Bill sent a super chat. The part that gets me with Yandev is that all of his problems are literally self-inflicted.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have most any of these issues if he did his damn job and shut TF up.
Yeah, if he could have just been chill and actually worked on the game and just fucking hired people when he was getting $5,000 a month on Patreon, the fucking game would have been done already. You know? God.
These are facts. Half the time, they don't even know what they're talking about, and they just make stuff up. I need to know what I should do next. Should I spend my time debunking internet rumors that nobody should be gullible enough to believe in the first place? Should I spend my time...
If you believe these, you're just gullible. Even if somebody showed you screenshots or showed you audio of me flirting with a 16-year-old girl.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I'm legit nodding off to his voice.
Hopefully the super chat's interrupting and my scratchy, cold, ravaged voice will wake you back up.
Working on my project? Or...
You know what the hell of it is, too? This person is like, whoever drew this for him is actually talented. Who did draw this? It wasn't Mulberry, was, because Mulberry's style is like way worse than this. Who the fuck drew this one? Ah. Ikari NJ. Let's see, what are they up to these days? Oh, maybe this is not safe for work up here. Yeah, okay, they're a Gooner artist. Color me fucking surprised. They still have a really good art style, though. Oh, okay, that one's nudity. Okay. Let's get it.
Am I already so screwed that I should just give up and disappear? Let's go back to that sentence from the beginning of the video. Imagine yourself in the following situation. Targeted to be shamed and ridiculed by a bunch of gremlins because you did some cringy things when you were younger. Provoked and tormented every day until your personality melts away, replaced with anger and bitterness.
Yeah, replaced with anger and bitterness, which, you know, totally was never there before. This was 7 years ago. Gotta skip back to that every time I need to.
Accused of being lazy or incompetent because you are depressed and demotivated thanks to all the harassment.
Guys, I'm not motivated anymore. Even though I've been, like, demotivated this entire time because of stupid emails and people wanting to talk to me and praising me and having to wait for my free volunteers to give me shit to make the game with. Now it's the trolls, guys. It's the gremlins.
How would you feel if you were in this situation?
How would you feel if you were in this incredibly implausible situation that would never actually happen? How would you feel, guys? You can't even come up with a good analogy for this because he's full of shit.
Not a rhetorical question. I genuinely want to hear your answer. How would you feel if you were in this situation? What would you do in order to get out of it? How much of this do you think you could take? How long do you think you could last until you've had enough? At what point would you consider abandoning your project?
We ran out of art assets, guys. We're just gonna flash them all on screen. Now, how big are hibiscuses compared to roses?
You probably realize who this video is really about.
No! You are so subtle about it! I never would have guessed this is about you getting criticism on the internet, Alex! And with these completely contrived scenarios that would never happen, ever. Just no comment about him unzipping the skin of an anime girl to be underneath it. Ugh. Bro, that's some serial killer shit right there. Let's look at that again without the tomatoes. Well, of course, now you throw more tomatoes on the screen. Now we're gonna have to wait. Damn it, you guys! Latency. My fans are so bad, they won't even listen to me when I tell them to stop throwing the tomatoes I let them throw on stream. You guys just really don't want to see him unzip the skin of an anime girl again, do you? I'm gonna move it over here where you can see it. Take that.
This video is really about.
Yeah, let's soak it in, guys. Soak it in. Underneath the skin of that anime girl was a 32-year-old disheveled man who spends all of his day gooning instead of working on his game.
Gloomy Fish sent a super chat. Worst Scooby-Doo villain ever.
Yeah, I was old man Alex Mahan the whole time. Oh god.
What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Well, you did this. You made this
I've
fucking
included
drama
a poll in the video
video
description. I'd appreciate it if you'd vote.
Okay, what the fuck was this one then? Do you want Yandere Dev to make videos debunking the accusations people have made against him? No, I don't care about gossip and drama, just work on the game. Yes, I'm concerned, blah blah blah.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. M. Night Shyamalan would be proud.
There's a twist he would write. The twist! The anime girl was Alex all along! So yeah, the majority of votes were just shut the fuck up and work on your game, bro. Stop wasting your time making these 20-minute pity party videos and just work on the fucking game, bro. Like, yeah. Okay. So this, I don't think I've actually seen this one. He uploaded this one a year ago. Like, right before the big drama dropped where he lost everything. So I was curious to watch this. And then I think we'll go look at the speedrun ban compilations, and then we'll probably be done.
Yandere Dev, YouTuber and developer of Yandere Simulator. In December of 2021, he uploaded his final YouTube video, and then vanished without a trace. What happened? Where did he go? And will he ever return? Join us for this 2-hour documentary as we investigate the mysterious and unexplained disappearance of Yandere Dev.
Hey, whoa, hey, wait a minute, what the heck? I didn't
Guys, he had a VTuber, guys. He had a VTuber before he lost everything. I do not like the implications of this. We're gonna make him wish that he stayed gone. Yeah.
disappear? I've been here the whole time.
Look at the fucking dead Senpaku eyes. What the fuck, man?
I've been active. I've been posting updates. Okay. Maybe I should, start from the beginning. After I released 1980s mode, I made a list of improvements that I wanted to make to Yandere Simulator. I decided to stop making YouTube videos until I had completed every item on that list. I thought it would only take me a few months, but I kept adding new things to the list, so my departure from YouTube lasted way longer than I expected it to.
Yeah, and this was just last year. So he never learned. I thought this update would only take a few months, but I kept adding random bullshit to waste my own time. He never fucking learned. Like, at this point, he was just starting to take the advice people were giving him all along, but, like, acting like it was his own revelation he recently made. And then he lost everything by flirting with a 16-year-old girl, so... yeah.
Over the past year, I've been working on a wide variety of different things. I added a whole bunch of new features, and I made a ton of quality of life improvements that were requested by players. I replaced some old visuals, and I improved the game's performance. I fixed a lot of bugs, and I've been focusing on making sure that the game has every feature it needs so that new players will have the most smooth experience possible.
But he still hadn't made the fucking main gameplay loop.
I've also been documenting all of these changes on my blog, posting stuff on Patreon, preparing artwork for upcoming videos, and uploading short and simple.
You should have just stopped making videos, dude. You were getting $5,000 a month on Patreon. Why did you need to make videos? What if Yandere Simulator characters were in Dead by Daylight? Yeah, you fucking wish, bro.
Videos to my secondary channel. You know, I did make a community post explaining all of this. I guess you guys just didn't see it?
I almost used that picture for the thumbnail, by the way. But, yeah, dude, again, even now, last year, he did not understand this. Your entire fan base is not going to see every single message or video you post. You can't just say, well, I made a community post, so, like, every single person who follows me should know this. Like, that is not how life works.
Well, anyway, I will resume uploading videos to this channel after I finish making all of the improvements on that list I mentioned earlier. In the meantime, if you ever want to know what's going on with Yandere Simulator, my development blog is always the best place to get the latest news. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Time for me to get back to work. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves.
Moments before the disaster. Okay, what's at the end here? There's gonna be something. I knew Midori would show up.
Yandere Dev! Aren't you forgetting something?
Huh? Oh, that's right. It's been so long I almost forgot.
Yeah, actually, why are the facial animations so fucking good if this is a VTuber? What the fuck? The eyes are still look dead and creepy, though.
Thank you for following the development of Yandere Simulator.
Oh, that was it. That was actually it. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll just look up the banning speedruns now. Yandev Discord ban speed. Yeah, it comes right up. Look at that. Beautiful. Which one should we look at, though? Well, this one has like fucking 4 million views.
Okay, so this is gonna be my personal attempt at getting banned really fast. Alright, so it started. And I got... Did I just get banned? Wait, there's no way. Wait, what? Did I just...
Yeah, your fucking name! Your name got you banned!
Yo! Let's go! That might be world record!
Dude didn't even say anything in the fucking
Cryo
Discord.
Hazard sent a super chat. Hey wait. I know that guy from high school. He was drinking a liter of milkshake under the table looking at the cheerleaders. Hope that doesn't come to bite him later in life.
Oh god. But yeah, so so what people were doing was they were seeing how fast they could get banned from his Discord server. Apparently this guy got banned just for his name. Like, it wasn't even able to fucking say anything or even click on the chat. That's amazing. Let's see if there is, like, a short explanation video. Okay. This has 2 fucking million views from 4 years ago. Lessons in meme... Actually, this might be a good one to explain to us.
Getting banned from Yandere Dev's Discord has become the latest trend to race out of the speedrunning meme cornucopia. It would seem that the first recorded speedrun occurred on 19th of June 2008.
Yeah, they uploaded the pictures of his real face that he uploaded to Gaia Online back in the day and got banned, like, on site.
19th of June 2018 by YouTuber Mayanaka, with others following suit over the years, but the activity truly exploded in popularity when Bonkinson's incredible videos covering the history of the topic came out this year. Yandere Dev is the internet handle of a game developer whose real name is Alex Mahan. He's responsible for creating the video game Yandere Simulator, which is self-described as a stealth game about stalking a boy and secretly eliminating any girl who seems interested in him. Of course, with an edgy description like that and an anime aesthetic, this game has garnered a cult-like following.
Yeah.
Yandere comes from the Japanese word yanderu, meaning to be sick, coupled with dere dere, which has a variety of meanings, but in this instance it just means love-struck.
Yeah, I was about to say, we don't need this fucking explanation, but some of you might, actually. That is what Yandere means. It's a Japanese pun, of course. As I've said before, Japanese is basically built for puns and wordplay.
And, of course, Dev is just short for developer. However, Yandere Dev is taking a long time to create his game. He first pitched his idea to 4chan in 2014, which gave positive feedback at the time. But because
Yeah, because that's where you get, like, tsundere and kudere, you know, it's just, like, the personality type plus, how they react to romance, basically, is what those words mean.
the game continues to have no release date, coupled with some videos published by Yandere Dev that caused backlash, it would seem that many of his original supporters have turned against him. As a result,
are ya Coden son? Are ya Coden son?
Memes where he is likened to Alfredo Linguini from Ratatouille
oh my god, he does look like him!
Are incredibly commonplace, and posting them is likely to get one swiftly blocked or banned from any contact with Yandere Dev. After going through a lot of forum posts and videos about the guy, it seems like the reasons behind people attempting to get banned from his Discord originally revolved around a deep displeasure from those who originally backed his unfinished game, and the negative ways he has interacted with fans of the game. Many people on the internet really want to hurt or annoy Yandere Dev, and if you go through some of the posts about him, you will see some obsessive levels of hatred or speculation. But on the lighter side of things, part of this meme stems from a need to satirize speedrunning. It's fantastic how speedrunning has changed its definition to just doing something as quickly as possible. It was originally a term only defined as finishing a video game or a part of it in the quickest time possible. But now that video games have become such an integral part of mainstream entertainment, the terms that were once attributed to only them have also been attached to other parts of society and meme culture. We have seen this with the rise of pressing F to pay respects to parody Call of Duty's awkward funeral scene, and now people are speedrunning getting banned from Discord servers. The internet is surely a magical place.
Really, that is true. The internet is a magical place. The internet is its own culture. I've been kind of explaining that to other people in my life lately after becoming a YouTuber. You know, people who really aren't as online as I am, and how it's like, yeah, the internet really is its own culture, its own space. Really, it's very hard to explain.
What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
Okay, but he wasn't showing like a lot of the footage though, so let's look at one of these. Excellent music choice. But yeah, they would just join and just post pictures of his face.
On June the 20th, 2018, something incredible happened. Runner Mayanaka completed the first ever Yandere Dev Discord ban run. The plan was simple. Simply join the server, post an image, and wait for results. However, Mayanaka's 13.0 second run was far from perfect, and little did they know, they had planted the seed for many future runners to try their hand at this challenge.
We're gonna see some footage of some of the runs.
Runs of the challenge were sparse, with only a few potentially spliced runs coming up. That all changed in November of 2019, when runner Aguilera got a run of only 4.09 seconds. But something was wrong. Aguilera only started recording his run after he had posted his meme, whereas other runners started their timers once they had joined the server. This had effectively made Aguilera's run null, and from now on, all runs had to be timed from the second you had joined the server. Things were quiet until the fateful day of January 18th, 2020, where runner John Vaginal posted a 9-second run that shook Twitter.
John Vaginal, what a name. The heavy breathing and everything.
However,
okay, maybe that guy was having orgasmic pleasure from doing this. I don't know, maybe Alex had a point.
there was room for improvement. John had uploaded a video, which would take longer to upload than, say, a link or a picture. Runners took note of this and began to plan routes for the future. However, he had also pasted his video instead of selecting it from his hard drive. This is a controversial technique to this day.
Controversial.
The Yandere Dev Discord ban run now had multiple categories.
I love the melodrama of this video.
And select percent, with paste percent being faster, but select percent being
That
more
one Lucario fan, Anime Reviews sent a super chat, perfect timing. Precure Twitter are flipping out today cause Alex tweeted he's a fan of the series, specifically ES5, the best season.
Oh no! I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry for that fandom. They have had a tragedy. Everyone F's in the chat for the Precure fandom.
And skillful. The next 24 hours were crazy. Runners from Twitter and YouTube were racing to get the world record in one of the two categories, and the world record was dropping left and right.
I think the heavy breathing's a bit of a bit here.
Denmark sent a super chat. My girlfriend isn't an internet person, and when I watch some things about internet culture and history, I have to explain a lot of stuff to her.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's almost like a foreign culture to normies, you know? It's so hard to explain internet culture to people. I mean, I try my best, because I do think internet culture is very fascinating, and of course I'm in it. I'm one of the original digital natives, so, you know? Yeah, the fucking over-dramatic heavy breathing, dude. That's so funny.
And that brings us to today, where runners such as Nervan have claimed to complete the challenge in under 5 seconds.
Go. Yes! 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 Yes!
However, this run could be seen as null.
Oh no, did he speedrunning cheater? Speedrunning cheater! Oh no! Like, I don't give a shit about speedrunning, but for whatever reason, I like to watch videos on speedrunning controversies. I don't know why, it just interests me.
And that's where the record stands today. However, the community is constantly growing and developing new tech, such as joining the server with your name set as Yandere Dev sucks. These categories show no sign of stopping, and the future looks bright.
And honestly, if you're just this easy to troll, people are gonna do it. It's called autism, yeah, you're right. I think there's a reason why there's a high concentration of neurodivergent people on the internet. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a factor there. And we've created our own autism culture. You can't take that from us now. Let's put some music back on while we wind down. Candle Queen. Oh, there's a good one. Some dated music. You should look up this guy on YouTube. Ill-Advised Records. He does a lot of good dark ambient mixes that don't get me demonetized. So yeah, what do we think of Yandere Dev, everybody? I think some drawing done at least here. The comic is coming together. Hopefully I'll get more time to work on it.
Errand Alpha Eagle sent a super chat. So do you watch Carl Jobst? He had vids on speedrunning cheaters, and his ongoing saga on Billy Mitchell are great.
Oh yeah, I've watched Carl Jobst and I've definitely kept track of his lawsuit with Billy Mitchell. God, Billy Mitchell's like an old school lolcow. If he was online, he would definitely be a lolcow, but like, dude has made his entire identity for the last 30 years having a world record in Donkey Kong. Like, anyone cares anymore. And even then, he probably faked it. He's a very fascinating character, but he's like a pre-internet lolcow, you know, like, it's fascinating. Regular Show did parry him, and he tried to sue them. Peter Dinklage in Pixels is definitely a parody of Billy Mitchell. That movie might suck, but I always thought that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, but like, he acts like he's like a fucking major celebrity like, or ever has been. Like, yeah, I'm the King of Kong, baby. Like, he dresses exactly the same as he did, like, 30 years ago. It's really crazy. I should just find a picture of Billy Mitchell real quick. What is on Billy Mitchell all of a sudden, because I find him fascinating. So... yeah, this, get my big, browser here. This motherfucker has made his entire life being the King of Kong, and yes, he always dresses like this. It's a little disconcerting. And this is him recently, so, like, he's kept the exact same hairstyle and beard style for the last 30 years. He's always wearing an American flag tie. He's just a fucking weirdo, and he's, like, built his entire life on having the world record in Donkey Kong. This is why this guy thinks he's such a hot shit. And there he is on regular show. I think this was a pretty accurate portrayal, don't you? Yeah. So yeah, if you've never heard of this guy, like, he's kind of just like a legendary douchebag. It's very fascinating. He's pretty much faked everything, and it's like stuff like, again, it's like stuff like nobody fucking cares about anymore. Like, dude, gaming has moved far beyond Pac-Man and fucking Donkey Kong. You know, like, come on now. There's this other guy who keeps coming up. This poor bastard who's like a decorated military guy has the same name. So this is our little tangent on Billy Mitchell there. You guys speedrun getting banned from my server? Well, I'm gonna have to go to my server now and find out what the fuck Lily Orchard's been shit-talking this time. Because I guess she was really salty I wasn't talking about her today. She needs my attention anyway, she can get it, I guess. So, if you do want to join the Discord, like I said, you can become a YouTube channel member, or you can become a patron. It's like $1. And you can come to the Discord, and then if you never give me any more money ever again, you can stay, I don't care. I haven't found a way to integrate, Twitch subs with, Discord. If I do find a way, I will definitely make sure you guys get a link. But so far, I haven't really looked into it much. Maybe there's an extension, I don't know. But, yeah, I was talking about that earlier, DJ Sunny, that, like, Peter Dinklage's character in Pixels was absolutely a parody of him. Actually, let's look that up too real quick. Yeah, look at look at him. He's 100% supposed to be Billy Mitchell. It's great. I love it. He just looks like a complete douchebag.
Sent a super chat. I met Billy. He was selling his hot sauce at a con.
He has a hot sauce? Oh yeah, see, tell me the difference. There's no difference here. I guess he has more of an 80s mullet, but yeah. Like, yeah, he was definitely meant to be a fucking parody of Billy Mitchell here. Which is just fantastic. I love it. But, okay, one more Billy Mitchell hot sauce. I need to know. You wouldn't drink his hot sauce? Are you sure? What does he do? Like, what does he do for a living outside of just being Billy Mitchell? I'm always confused by this. Like, is he just independently wealthy? Like, what does he even do besides go around saying, I have the world record in Donkey Kong once in the 80s? What is this face he's making here? What the fuck? He's got that lolcow gene, guys. I'm telling you. These are the only things world famous hot sauce. Okay. Does he own this? Oh, it is produced by him. I'm so confused right now. Alright, we'll let the Katamari music play us off. I'm gonna wrap up now. It's almost 6 o'clock anyway. So this is how long my React streams usually go if you're new here. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. EST, I'll be doing more Dragon Age Inquisition. If you want to get ready for Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm your gal. I know a lot about Dragon Age, like an obscene amount, far too much. I can talk about it for hours, and I will. Anyway, so you can come by tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST, or I do this art stream every Wednesday. It's not always a React, but we have a good time anyway. But anyway, talk to you guys later, and thanks for coming. Thanks for all the super chats, and goodbye.